So, let's just go onward to the mission. The main mission. Not the side mission. Let's open the door. The Opera House. Now it's immediately says a copyrighted music. That would be funny.
Ah, Traveler and Paimon. Good to see you. I knew you two would come.
How did you know?
Are you kidding? We wouldn't miss it for the world. We've been looking forward to it.
I mean, I would probably miss it. Exploring around the whole entire nation of treasures scatter around the freaking map.
I can tell, judging by how early you've arrived.
Early? I feel late. A lot of people already done this stuff. And, well, maybe people that don't actually download the game and play it. Because who the hell cares about a gacha game?
But you're actually right on time. The audience still hasn't started entering the venue yet, which means now is the perfect chance for us to take you to the best seats in the house. Wait just a moment. I'll fetch the tickets.
Is it gonna be like Final Fantasy VII? Will I be able to, quick time event? No, that's too advanced, Heather. We don't do that.
The Opera House has assigned seating, so you always have to make reservations. I've already reserved your seats, and here are your tickets.
Hell yeah, free tickets, VIP. Where are we going? Are we gonna sit on top of a balcony, or are we just gonna sit on the front where our necks could hurt?
Ooh, front row seats. Thanks, Lenny.
I don't feel great.
Don't mention it. There's no need to keep thanking me.
You're welcome.
Hey, Lenny! Could you come over here and take a look at this?
Oh, I'll be right there. Seems there's an issue with the stage props over there. That's Cal, my assistant, calling me. I'll go lend him a hand.
Best get busy, sure.
Yeah, we'll just go to our seats. You go ahead, Lenny.
It's freaking Lenny. Hey man, have you ever play Zelda? Freaking Lenny's, man. So where's our seats? Up here? Of course it has to be up here. It's a front row seat, right? That works. I'm pretty sure it's better up here, bro. Yes, you see, you can see all the thing up here rather than downstairs. I still think the upper seats are 1,000 times much better than being below. Oh, damn. Have a class, will you? The nobles don't sit forward.
These should be our seats. Come on, let's sit down.
Okay. Hey, Paimon, sit. It's him. Ahem. Sorry, give me a second. Ah, damn, I pressed him. This chairs are not very comfortable. That's a lot of dots going on here.
Hey, Traveler. Maybe we should strike up a conversation with the person next to us. Since we're sitting together and the rest of the place is practically empty still. It's kinda awkward if we don't say anything.
Well, you're up, Paimon. Isn't that usually your job?
You little... Of course you put this on Paimon.
Well, you started it.
Excuse me, I did not realize you felt awkward. I am terribly sorry.
Of course, it's so damn quiet. Why wouldn't we just struck a conversation out of nowhere and talk to a stranger?
I would be perfectly happy to chat with you if that is what you would like.
Okay, fine. Let's talk about something.
Oh, so you heard all of that, did ya? Boy, you sure have good ears. Paimon thought she was keeping her voice down.
But all this revering and soloing and right in the corner, you know, there's no way in hell he wouldn't actually heard nothing.
Wait, that's not it. Paimon's... Sorry. Paimon's the one who was being rude, talking under her breath like that. So, let's talk, but, what should we talk about?
Yes, we will talk about why the hell is this place so empty. This is getting even more awkward.
Oh, Paimon's got it. You're also here early and sitting in the front. Are you a friend of Linny's too?
No, I just hate lines, so I just sat here.
A friend, you say? Well, if Mr. Linny would like to be my friend, I would be more than happy to reciprocate.
That's just weird.
Oh, so you're not friends with Linny then? Oh, this is getting more awkward by the second. Paimon nearly forgot to make her introduction. Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine.
Damn, Paimon's used to saying Paimon is Paimon. A lot. She's been saying that a lot. Time to change that up, Paimon.
It is an honor to meet you two. I have heard of your deeds across Tevat.
Does she just call herself Paimon? Just know her name? Me Paimon. Me fly.
And as required by proper etiquette, I will also introduce myself. I am...
The law.
Oh, Monsieur Nervillet. What an honor it is to have you here to see my show.
Monsieur Neuvillette. Must be French.
Ah, Mr. Linny. I should say it is in fact an honor for me to see your performance in person.
That's kind of interesting. I guess this place is just a mix of Italy, and French. Very, very awkward indeed.
Wait, Nervillet? Could he be...
I saw you all chatting just now, but it seems you still don't know who Monsieur Nervillet is.
I don't.
Allow me to introduce you to Fontaine's Chief Justice. That seat is always reserved for him. It wouldn't be too much to say that he's the symbol of justice and honesty here in Fontaine.
Basically, he's the judge.
Ooh, sorry for being so rude just now. Paimon had no idea you were such an important person.
No offense taken. Being Chief Justice is merely what I do for work. Nearly every person has their usual reserved seat, so I'm not so special, really. And by the way, I should probably let you know, even though I would prefer not to, there's someone sitting up there in the VIP seats that has been striking a pose for quite a while now.
Huh.
I believe she is trying to give you a most elegant and impressive first impression. So I think you should take notice of her sooner rather than later. Otherwise, she may become flustered.
Why the hell would I care about that VIP player?
Huh? Oh, it's Farina, the Hydro Archon. Huh. She sure has a smug and satisfied look on her face. Guess she has no idea that you saw right through her act.
Very good. That is for the best. No need to pay her any more attention. We may now enjoy the show.
Huh? So is this what things are like between the Chief Justice and the Hydro Archon?
Of course, the freaking chief is above the freaking Archons. You cannot be above the law.
All right, please wait just a moment longer. I've pretty much finished my preparations, and the performance will start as soon as the audience has made their way to their seats.
Oh, give me a second. I never realized what happens if I press the PS button. Okay, there we go. Gotta check.
Yay! The show's finally about to start! Paimon can hardly wait! Paimon's never seen a real live magic show before!
Oh yeah, I'm usually recording stuff, but live streaming stuff is more like less of a hassle than, recording, rather than just editing out stuff. It would be fun editing out the stuff, but the problem is you have to deal with memory. And if you don't have a lot of space, because you would have to buy an external or maybe a what's it called? What was it called? Damn, I forgot. Eternal? Is it external? The memory that goes inside the system, basically. It's not external, basically. I think it's external. I don't know. The crowds enter the venue, and the curtains open. That's all I can read.
Ooh, they're dimming the lights. The show must be starting.
Sometimes it goes fast because it's translated. But also, what the hell, dude? I'm not a speed reader. I haven't read books. Imagine me reading books as fast as hell. And then, boom, I just learned it. It's not fun. Hey, there's a lot of people.
Sorry. Paimon will try to stay quiet.
Hehe. It's that hee hee.
Welcome, one and all, to the Opera Epicles. I am the star of today's show, Lenny.
Bravissimo, it's Lenny, the show host.
And over here is my sister, Lynette, who will be working as my wonderful assistant. Please, let's give her a warm welcome.
No.
Hello, everyone.
And then, yeah, hardcore.
I know she may seem to be a little sleepy right now, but that's just a sign that she's nervous.
I would be so mad right now.
Whatever.
Now, some of you may be thinking, two vision holders who can freely manipulate elemental powers performing magic is not true magic at all. So, I would like to take a moment to assure you that elemental powers will have nothing to do with what you will witness on the stage today. Both Lynette and myself have removed our visions for the show. That way, even the gods won't be able to help us.
What the hell?
Oh, good point. That's what makes the show real magic.
Now, without further ado, let the show begin. Lynette will now exit the stage to make some preparations. I know you might miss her, but don't worry. She'll be coming right back on stage momentarily. Perhaps in an unexpected way. I'm sure she'll be stealing the spotlight soon enough.
But you're the host. So of course she has to steal the freaking spotlight.
Oh, and before I forget, there's one more thing I should say.
And that is?
You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye.
I just blink.
A magician's greatest skill is making things disappear.
Disappear?
Or appear. The possibilities are endless.
Well, this is a cutscene. Interesting. Oh, it's empty. Oh. It's floating.
Huh?
What? So the pigeon was flying it?
But this isn't what you came for. These little tricks, you've seen them all before. So
I haven't.
It's time for something truly extraordinary, don't you think? This one's a little tricky.
I forgot to equip the hydro on Ether. I don't have the hydro. Again with the...
Using this water tank, I shall make my sister vanish completely, right before your very eyes.
Wait, what? Hey, it's Clark. What Whatever her name is. Whatever the name was. Clar.
It's actually quite simple. She'll just turn into air bubbles and float right out of the top. Oh no! I told them to check all the props carefully. With the lid on, even air can't escape. An amateur magician would be getting very nervous right around now. Luckily, it's me on stage, so let me show you what a true virtuoso can do. Lynette, are you still there? Don't go too far. We don't want to use up all our magic.
Hi, I'm back.
Uh-huh.
I do like the animation though. It's been a while. I've seen the animation of this game.
Whoa! What in the world just happened? How did he do that? Paimon didn't seem to do anything!
What a loud noise outside, jeez. And not from the game.
Wasn't Lynette inside the water tank? How did she disappear and then reappear out of nowhere?
What a show. I don't know. No wonder he's a famous magician.
If we could see easily through his tricks, then that would mean that his skills are still lacking. To appreciate magic, you should focus on the show happening on stage, rather than getting caught up in trying to see that which has been intentionally hidden.
Guess you're right. Paimon couldn't believe her eyes when Lynette reappeared. Amazing!
Maybe he's right. Why try to ruin something that's supposed to be a trick?
Thank you everyone. I'm glad you enjoyed that performance. But our magical journey has only just begun. I've prepared even more astonishing surprises for everyone here. The magic of transformation and disappearance can go far beyond what you've just seen.
Nice.
I'm sure many of you are thinking that escaping the water tank was impressive enough. But Lynette is still my assistant after all.
I like the top hat, but his dress is just way too off.
In which case, I have ample time to make all necessary preparations. So, for my next trick, I will require the participation of one lucky audience member.
Hopefully it's not the dude, right?
Please, if my assistants could bring out the magical boxes now. There are 2 boxes, and only 2 boxes. One is here, and one is there in the aisle among the audience. I'm sure many of our clever audience members have already guessed our next magic trick. A swap! Our lucky audience member and I will each enter a magic box. After 1 minute, we will each emerge from the opposite box.
Interesting.
Now please, everyone pay very close attention to the box you see here. Don't give me any chance to make a move.
But don't move.
Wow! How's he gonna do this?
I should have equipped the hydro.
Hey, do you think this is all magic tricks, or does Lenny have actual superpowers?
Paimon. We're in a video game. We have powers. What are you talking about? Let's watch and see. I'm sure we can spot him how does it.
The lucky audience member will be generated by this random number selector.
What?
It selects numbers entirely at random. Even I don't know who will be chosen to participate.
Smell of Paimon.
Now then, let's begin. Let me see. see. Oh, row 7, seat 3. Congratulations! You now have the chance to experience magic firsthand for an entire minute.
It would actually be impressive if it was just random.
Please, come forward. My assistant will take you beside the magic box. I'm sorry, it might be a little cramped inside, but no need to feel nervous. We've carefully arranged everything for you to be as comfortable as possible. You don't need to do anything, but no matter what strange things may happen, don't come out of the box. If the magic is interrupted, who knows where you might end up? You might even find yourself in the Fortress of Meropide.
Oh, okay.
All right. Before I enter the magic box, there is one more thing I need to ask the audience to do. Could you all give me a countdown? Like this. 60, 59, 58. Just keep counting down. You can go a little faster or slower if you like. I won't be able to see anything in the pitch black box, so I'll be relying on your voices to know when time is up. Oh, and no tricks now. If you quickly count from 60 in just 30 seconds, then I'll be in a tough spot.
Ooh! Paimon kinda wants to count faster after hearing him say that!
I'm sure Lenny prepared. With the whole crowd counting together, you couldn't even... if you wanted to.
No, that won't do. I can see it in your eyes. You still can't be trusted. Let's practice together. Come on, repeat after me. 60, 59, 58.
60! 59! 58!
That's right, perfect. Keep it going. All right, I'll see you all on the other side once you've finished counting.
54? 53? 52? Why aren't you counting, Nervalet?
I am counting in my head. I think things are exciting enough in here as it is.
As it is.
Merely a consequence of my identity and personality. Do not worry about me. Just enjoy the show.
Oh, alright. You look so serious that Paimon thought you might be feeling uncomfortable or something.
He's a freaking judge, of course.
40! 39! 38!
Who wouldn't take his job serious?
Mr. Linney, are you all right in there? Is everything ready?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm just double-checking the direction of the magic. It would be a disaster if we get sent to the wrong places. For example, midair right above the audience.
Even though he's saying that, Lenny doesn't seem nervous at all.
I think it's all part of the show. Maybe he's just supremely confident in his skills. Bang.
What was that noise? Did you hear it too?
Did it come from the stage? Maybe it was just to divert our attention.
Not sure. Anyway, it doesn't seem like anyone's worried about it.
25! 24! 23!
Because we're counting.
What's wrong, Mr. Linney? I can still hear you moving in there.
I seem to have accidentally knocked over a decoration. I'm trying to fix it, but it's pitch black in here. I can't tell left from right.
Never mind the decorations. There's no time for that. The show is what's important.
No, that's unacceptable. I want my show to be perfect. Don't worry, we still have 20 seconds. Hear them counting?
19! 18! 17!
It seems things aren't quite going as planned. I apologize, everyone. It feels like you're all starting to count faster, but that's all right. I know it can be tiring to do such a long countdown. 10 seconds and change is still plenty of time.
10!
Almost there now. Whew. Swapping two people is harder work than you might think. Even a master magician like me can't guarantee I'll get it right the first time. Hey, wait! Is this the back one? I can't tell. They both look the same inside. Huh? No, that's not it. I'll try again.
7!
Hey, slow down! Honestly!
5! 4! 3!
Whoops! That doesn't count!
0!
Ta-da!
What the hell? What the hell, indeed? What happened to the person?
What happened?
Whoa, Lenny would have died. Ow.
Is this part of the show?
It's brutal.
Mr. Lenny, you're going to use magic to fix the stage now, right?
I have no words.
What happened?
Oh no. Maybe this isn't part of the show. The girl was still in that box, right?
This performance is over. Medical staff with me. Guards, secure the scene and detain all the performers. Seal the exits. No one is allowed in or out at this time.
Yes, that's right. If this was just an accident, then we must investigate the cause. But if this was all part of some scheme, then those accountable will not escape the judgment of the God of Justice.
No need to be alarmed, you two. We'll get to the bottom of this soon enough.
After sometimes the guards completely there.
Unfortunately, the person who is in the magic box has been pronounced dead. His name was Cowell, one of the assistants in Linny's magic troupe.
What about the girl?
Apparently, the fireworks on stage ignited the ropes that were suspending the water tank, which then caused the tank to fall onto the stage. As of now, we are still not sure why we found Cowell in the box, rather than the guest from the audience.
Exactly.
And after an initial search of the area, the guards have confirmed that the girl is nowhere to be found. It appears that this incident was not merely some mishap with the performance, and there are many indications that it is connected with the case of the serial disappearances of young women.
The serial disappearances case?
That's the case that Charlotte mentioned before.
What case? I don't remember, Paimon. In front of the audience, including the Archon and Chief Justice?
I know the truth. I can see through the whole thing. Really, using such a shallow and obvious mystery as his finale. Did he really underestimate us that badly?
What the hell?
I say that our powerful magician, Mr. Linny, is now the prime suspect for the serial disappearances case.
That's not how it works, but okay.
Huh? Why me? This whole thing was an accident.
No, this all occurred during your magic show, did it not? The missing girl disappeared after being chosen, did she not? The deceased is one of your assistants, is he not? Now that I think about it, that whole speech about magicians making things disappear was nothing more than a provocation, a bald-faced challenge.
That can't be right. How can Linny do this? He was in the box on the stage the entire time. We can even hear his voice. Besides, before the show, he told us that he would like to catch the criminal behind the disappearances. He couldn't possibly mean catching himself.
He's a suspect as most. It's hard to believe all this happened during the show.
Save discussion for a later time, please. Lady Farina, may I assume that your comments just now constitute an accusation against Mr. Linny and his associates, and that you are pressing charges?
Huh? I just think that well, I think it might be a little early to talk about formally pressing charges.
Exactly.
But what Lady Farina said just now makes perfect sense. Looks like she's gonna personally deliver justice.
I would keep my mouth shut if I were you.
A kidnapping and murder carried out under the cover of a magic show. Lady Farina said it all.
They should shut the hell up.
I mean, of course, my dear people. But what excites me even more than the obvious truth before our eyes is the opponent I'll be facing.
Literally, why did the people have to speak Oh, because Farina decided to speak? It's like one slightly mistake from the Archon. Everybody speaks for...
That's right. I mean you, Traveler. You'll support Lenny, won't you? After all, he was the one who helped you the first time we met.
I trust Lenny.
Then there's no problem at all. You know, the Traveler and I already had a duel the first time we met.
That's not how it works.
But with Lenny's help, our little duel ended in a draw. But draws really are the most boring possible outcome.
Does he really want to take it on the court of justice?
So no more draws. Between the two of us, there must be a clear winner and loser. And what better place to hold such a riveting showdown and decide the true victor than here, on the grandest of stages, the Opera Epiclese.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward having the Dendro power after watching the show.
It wasn't a draw. She obviously lost last time.
Let's not encourage her.
I understand. Charges have now been pressed, and as such, a trial is in order. Well, Traveler, seems Lady Farina has set you in her sights. But putting her dramatic rhetoric aside for a moment, I would like to ask you, are you willing to act as Mr. Linney's attorney and defend him in this case?
I have no experience, but I do have experience on Phoenix Wright. Yes, I am.
Very well. The trial will be held a day from now in the Opera House. Both sides may investigate the scene to build their cases and search for the truth.
Give me a second. I must pay attention to. Oh, nice. All right. It's very cold today. Yeah, it's very cold today. Wait a minute, what? If that image was better, it would have... If it only was better. Alright, let's back to the game. Let's be back for the... Wait. Before we start, how do I check my own? Oh yeah, I forgot. I have to check myself because if you don't check yourself, you might get a phantom. A phantom stream is not a good stream. You're basically not visible to the public. You're just streaming nothing.
Linney and his troupe are all potential suspects and shall remain within the Opera House. The audience may begin to leave in an orderly fashion once they have been cleared by the guards.
A day isn't that long. Let's see what kind of case this big shot Outlander can build in such a short amount of time. I'm really quite looking forward to hearing it.
I wonder what would have it been on... Is it Korean? I remember the languages. Should probably check.
Lenny!
Yeah, it's probably Korean, Chinese, and Japanese.
Sorry about everything that happened just now. Were you frightened?
Of course! Who wouldn't be scared after witnessing an accident like that?
Yeah, I'm a little shaken up myself. How could this happen? And poor Cal. I know you already claimed that you would defend me, but now it's just us talking. Tell me, do you think I could possibly be the murderer?
No, it's hard to say.
I understand. Even I'm not sure what happened, so I can only imagine how difficult it is for you to grasp the situation. I'm sure everyone sees me as the biggest suspect at this point. But, if you ask me, the whole thing is mysteries layered upon mysteries, such that all that's left is confusion. I don't know whether what happened there on the stage was purely an accident or not, and I don't know why poor Cal was in the box. As for how that girl chosen from the audience could suddenly disappear, I'm afraid I don't have any answers either. If someone tampered with my performance, then we need to figure out what they did. Even a skilled and knowledgeable magician like myself couldn't pull all that off in just 1 minute.
Imagine if our character would have just died. Wouldn't that make this game more like a choice? A mistake? Would have just game over? If only this game had game over. Fortunately, it's just a story game, so there's only one outcome. Yes, it is very strange, but there's no denying what happened.
Which is precisely why we need to investigate. As this book says, the impossible could not have happened. Whatever happened must have been that which is possible.
What the heck? Where did she get that accessory? Where did you get those glasses?
Paimon bought them when we were reading at the bookshop in the city earlier. Pretty cool, huh?
Pretty sure I don't remember being in the city too much. All I've been doing was exploring the whole damn water layer.
Don't worry. Paimon used her own savings to buy them. It wasn't from our travel funds.
But our funds are together, you know?
I think they look cute on you, Paimon.
You have good taste, Lynette.
You have good taste, Lynette.
That's the right attitude. Feeling depressed isn't going to help me now. I need to get back to my normal self. But with the guards watching our every move, it's going to be especially difficult for Lynette and I to prove our own innocence. Good thing you agreed to be our attorneys. Thanks for that. We'll be counting on you.
Yes, thank you so much.
I won't let you down. I'm used to this sort of things.
Yeah, just leave it to us. Oh, since we're going to start investigating, Paimon has a question first. Where did Lynette go during the performance?
Change the title to Phoenix freaking Impact.
Oh, well, I'm afraid that would involve some of our essential trade secrets as magicians.
The secrets behind our magic are past saving, Linny.
I suppose you're right. The truth behind our tricks is going to be important evidence that will be weighted during the trial. 'Tis truly a pity. As a magician, our magic show is a work of art. We've poured countless hours and spared no effort in perfecting it. But if revealing our secrets will help you uncover the truth behind what happened, then it will be well worth it. We should go somewhere else if we're going to discuss our magic tricks. We'll go speak with the guards, and in the meantime, you can go investigate the stage and the seating areas.
Alright, let's go have a look while the investigation teams are still here. Detective Paimon is on the case!
Alright, detective.
Hello, officer. How's the investigation going?
Did I just... Okay, I probably picked that up from Lucifer, though. We're Linny and Lynette, attorneys.
I see. You must be the traveler that Lady Farina mentioned. Listen, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'd avoid getting mixed up in this whirlpool of a mess if I were you.
Huh? What do you mean?
Come with me and you'll see.
There's blood here, there's blood over there. We can't show you that, but you know.
The deceased is one of Linny's assistants, named Cal. Even though he hadn't joined the troupe long, he was hardworking and everyone generally liked him. The assistants are usually in charge of setting up and inspecting the props, as well as assisting with the show and keeping the crowd engaged.
Damn, I didn't know we were playing GTA. Is it GTA 3 that made that every time somebody, you know, hit the cake?
As you probably saw when you were in the audience, the water tank suddenly fell and smashed the box with Cowl inside it.
But why was Cal inside? Wasn't the girl supposed to be in there?
This is the real mystery. We've already searched the scene and were unable to find any traces of the girl. However, if you look carefully, the box was positioned directly under the water tank. The ropes holding the tank were then burned by the pyrotechnics on stage, causing them to snap. All these factors lining up so perfectly makes it hard to see this as a mere accident. If anything, the more logical explanation is that the whole incident was intentionally planned, and Linny is the most likely person to have access to all these areas.
But he doesn't have a motive.
Are you both good friends of his?
Well, you can't say we're good friends, but we've known each other for a little while.
I didn't pull for him, so I don't know him.
So in just a short time, he was not only able to win your trust, but even convince you to act as his attorneys. I know there's no such thing as magic. The real trick of a magician is holding the audience in the palm of their hand. I've seen a lot of cases, and I can tell you that people are the least reliable kind of evidence.
But that's not always true. People can also be the most reliable evidence.
Sorry, I tend to be pretty straightforward. Just know that I'm warning you for your own good. Anyway, you may investigate the scene of the crime yourselves if you're curious. Who knows, maybe you'll be able to come up with some new evidence.
What would be funny? The whole crowd was the freaking... what's it called? They planned the murder. I forgot the word, but he'll probably come back. You can use the case record to confirm your current evidence on clue collection, situation of sword case related information. If you check as there yet and discovered evidence and clues in the case record, then investigate the corresponding area to locate them. Use their perception skills to find evidence and clues that can be investigated within the certain, not curtains, radius around yourself. This will advance your overall progress. The investigation from the guards indicates that there's fireworks launches of the tails within of the magic performance set the rope dangling the water tank alight, causing the tank to fall and kill Colwell, who was within it. It seems evident that Linny is the likeliest user of the prop to commit crime. However, the reason for victim being Colwell and the reason for the chosen lady disappearance remains mystery. That seizes one of the Linny assistants named Colwell. He was well trusted by all his colleagues. His job was setting up and inspection the props, as well as assisting with the show and keeping the crowd engaged. My butt. This whole thing just gave me the whole thing of the day. Alright, before we leave this scene of the crime scene, we must go. Wait, I don't think we can leave. We're ether for a reason. Hey. Evidence over here? The rope.
So this is the rope that broke and caused the water tank to fall. The rope looks pretty durable. How can it be burned through so quickly by fireworks?
Well, detective, I have... Whatever it was, whoever it was a pyro user. So either Linny didn't realize this was a safety concern, or...
Why are you suddenly so serious, Traveler?
I'm just looking at where the rope snapped.
Whoa. Look! This bit is made from different material! Most of it was burned away, but there's still a little bit of it left.
It seems to be flammable, like a type of flash cotton.
So if a rope meant to hold something was made with that kind of material in it, then that means... Wait, why don't you write all this down? Let's take notes.
This rope was used to suspend the water tank. It suddenly broke when the fireworks were being launched on stage. Frieza? What the heck? What you doing here? You're here? What the heck? That's interesting. Well, that's funny. Being launched out stage, the investigation has shown that the location where the rope snap was made of flammable material. Well, that's funny. Wasn't expecting somebody to to show up here. This is a much tickle tip, but I wanted to say hello. Hello to you, Frieza. It's good to drop by. This is where the magic box was struck. If Cowell weren't inside the box at that moment, he might have touched the falling water tank. Usually what I do on YouTube is let the live stream go on and let it record, you know? Since I don't want to keep the memory. I don't want to keep my laptop with the memory stuff. Or else I would have to edit stuff. Oh yeah, I gotta get the reward. Okay, let's continue the story and this Phoenix Impact rights. The impact rights? I don't know. Do we have to talk to these people? Okay. Talk to this one. Damn my butt.
The investigation team has some new findings. Turns out there's an issue with the random number selector after all.
See? I told you. What if the machine picked some big guy's seat? You think the murderer would have still made his move then?
Yeah, you can. You can edit stuff with the computer. Man, you have memory. Probably if you have a lot of memory, you can. I just wish my freaking... One of the videos on the phone didn't occupy too much. A lot of memories on the computer. Since I had to transfer it directly to the external. How was... I think it's 10 gigabytes. Yeah, it's probably 10 gigabytes. Youch. That's a lot. That's a lot of gigabytes for 5 minutes, I think.
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Linny and Lynette with their side of the investigation. What were you saying about the number selector? There's something wrong with it?
You're trying to help them? That'll be a tall order.
What the heck is this? Oh, I can show evidence? I'm missing one.
Lenny used the machine to pick a random member of the audience during his performance, right? The lucky girl that later disappeared.
I almost talked to the headset instead of the mic. Oops. I need to move. Ah! The kneecap! The kneecap. Indeed, the kneecap. Jesus. Youch.
Well, we thought there might be a serious problem with the machine, so we had it taken away for further inspection.
Alright.
It turns out that the seat number it picked wasn't random at all. The machine picks that same number every time.
It would have been funny if my PlayStation decided to live stream on both sides out of nowhere, just to be like, wait, what? If only the update could do that. That would be funny.
I'm sure you already know that you have to make a reservation in advance to get a seat, regardless of whether it's a trial or some performance. In other words, Linny knew who would be sitting where from the very beginning.
That much checks out. Linny reserved our seats for us too.
Huh, let me...
You see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Linny.
Thanks. Sorry to bother you.
Even though it's bad for Linny's case, Paimon had better write it down.
I got scared. I had to check. that the freaking thing didn't actually do that. Random number selector. This device was used during Lenny's magic performance to choose a lucky member of the audience. However, the guards have found that it will generate the exact same number no matter what. Clearly, someone has tampered with it. Look for clues inside the opera house. I just want to get out of here since I want to get the 20 primos that are for free. You know, it's much simpler in freaking Honkai and Star Rails. In this game, you gotta go to Catherine. Gotta go this way. Damn. Gotta go back. Now I gotta move my butt. I gotta examine the box. The broken magic box was left on the scene of after. What? Let me read it. Was left on the scene after the guards complete their investigation. Looking at it now, the water tank must have struck it really hard. I wanted to live stream Pokemon Unite, but it's just people play terrible. It's too much. It's too damn much. Wait, how long have I been streaming? Oh, 51 minutes. It's been 51. Alright, let's see here. Examine the magic box. It looks like an ordinary box, but Lenny somehow moved instantly from the stage, being inside of it. How did he do it? He used magic. Exactly.
I see that you're investigating the area. Well, it just so happens that I'm interested too.
So you're a criminal!
If you find any new and interesting leads, be sure to share them with me, alright?
We don't have too many thoughts yet.
Why would I share information with somebody that's probably not part of the scene?
Then why don't I tell you my hypothesis first? The way I see it. And I'll start it with that loud thud.
Unless this dude is part of the Yuri.
The thud? Oh, you mean the sound that happened during the countdown?
Yes, exactly. It wasn't terribly loud, but I suspect that most people heard it.
Oh yeah.
It's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Lenny's trick with bated breath, so no one paid it much mind. But now that the incident has happened, the thud has become an important clue.
That makes sense. So, what do you make of it?
I'm of the opinion that it may have been the sound of Lenny's accomplice. Lynette, perhaps. Jumping atop the water tank, or something like that.
That's not reasonable.
And when the pyrotechnics went off, she cut the rope, sending the water tank crashing down.
I believe this guy. Yeah, we were... Nah.
But wasn't the noise we heard too loud for that?
Exactly.
Perhaps the balance wasn't right, leading to a particularly rough landing.
Then wouldn't the water tank have started to swing a bit in that case?
Oh, that's true. I suppose I must reconsider.
That does remind Paimon, though. What was with that sound?
During the Switch performance, there was an audible thump that many audience members heard. Alright, we're missing 2 cases. What the heck? What's the yellow thing? Oh. One of the biggest clue. Let's just go back here. Damn, this just reminds me of Skies of... Damn, whoever is actually playing that instrument just probably plays Skies of Arcadia, damn it.
Lenny's still talking to the guards. It seems he'll have a lot of explaining to do. I think someone will be assigned to monitor us later, but that's alright.
I didn't... Wait, what? I can't talk to them? Fine. Outside?
Hey, you! Yes, both of you! Over here! I've been keeping an eye on you for a while now.
You weren't even in the show.
Huh? You mean us?
That's right. If I'm not mistaken, you're also among those who wish to cut down the thorns and pursue the truth. No? And by the looks of it, you're not from Fontaine.
Macheli. Mi amorcita. ¿Dónde estás, mi vida?
Well, you're right on the more about that one, but who are you?
Mi corazón.
Have you never heard of the Spina di Rosula?
Mi rosa.
From mediating disputes and providing protection to solving conundrums, you name it, Spina di Rosula does it.
Mi rosa.
And I, Navia, have the honor of being its renowned president.
Damn, this Shio character, dude. I wanted to pull for her. Didn't do it. Because Shio, for some reason, isn't that great in this game. And I'm like, on the fence. Oh, guess what? I have my laptop here. On. I'm not even using it. Because I thought I was gonna play Pokemon Unite and I didn't do it. Great of me, right? Or maybe because I wanted to live stream on the PlayStation. I didn't want to. But I do have the laptop on. For no particular reason. Mohoho.
Though those who play by our rules call me boss.
Te llamaré la rosa de mi vida.
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
Don't care. Tuck the hand.
And I'm Melus. Demoiselle's various daily needs and affairs are under my purview.
Like you said, talk louder, man.
Huh? Boss? Demoiselle? What gives with the names?
Well, I am the second generation president. Malus and the others are still used to my previous title.
Previous what? I wasn't paying attention to the previous title. I was paying attention to you.
My apologies, Demoiselle. Should you prefer, boss, I will endeavor to use that instead.
If her vision was water, hell yeah. But she's Geo, so it's kind of misleading that the jewelry she has on top of her hat is blue, but her vision is on her left arm?
No, no need. You don't have to call me boss. Just Navia is fine.
Navia.
Okay, if you say so. Not that we're members of Spina di Rosula anyway.
Close to navigation, dude.
All merely trifling details. Never mind. Now, back to the situation at hand.
So you want to investigate as well?
That's right. I've always kept an eye on the serial disappearance cases. My interest stems from a matter back from my father's time.
Huh.
Judging from the look of things, I find Linny an unlikely mastermind.
Really? We think so too! That's why we're looking for clues now. But how did you come to that conclusion?
Intuition, naturally. My unparalleled intuition.
Okay. You know what? Let me check the stream because the color I'm seeing is a bit, getting me a mind. It's, this is just looking like emo color. Do I have to brighten it up or what? Does it actually look like this? Hey, for some reason it actually looks like this. Well, this is concerning.
Farina sure was quick to point the finger at Linny without any decisive evidence whatsoever, wasn't she? But that's not uncommon for her. If you remember, the Justice had to interrupt her and ask if she was pressing charges just to keep her from getting carried away. Anyway, a trial begins the moment someone levels charges. And, of course, there was no way Farina was going to back down in that situation.
Sounds more like you just don't trust the Hydro Archon.
Why would you trust the Archon? They've been, I don't know, been like a freaking wild card, and...
Well, what's your opinion? I must admit that she can be interesting at times, but liking her doesn't mean that I'll blindly agree with her.
Well, when you put it like that...
All right, I've answered your question. Now, it's time you answer mine.
I don't know your answer.
Wait a minute, did that answer count?
Well, I say it does. But don't worry, you won't hear any pointless questions from me.
Your makeup looks like a...
In your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial like it's an opera?
What do you mean?
Well?
Not always.
And why would that be?
Doing so makes it easy for the truth to fall by the wayside. What the hell? Doing so makes it easy for the truth to fall by the wayside? What the hell of a word is that? Something serious like a trial shouldn't be treated like entertainment.
See, Silver and Malus? I told you they'd be different.
I'm different?
Most astute of you, demoiselle. I too think that the traveler's response was most excellent.
The hell you all talking about?
No matter how wonderful the script or how fervent the audience's expectations may be, the trials that go on stage here must be based.
I just answered a question, now you're all... That was just one simple freaking question.
And if that can be done, boss, then...
All right, that's quite enough, Malus. Anyway, I like your answer. You passed with flying colors.
I don't want colors. I don't even want to talk about colors. All I do is mess around with colors. I hate the saturation. I hate the freaking color. I hate the blue light. So stupid.
Now, I need to make some preparations, following which our joint investigation shall commence. You two shall be my assistants.
But I don't wanna.
Wait! Since when did we become assistants?
We got adopted.
Oh, well, I can be the assistant. Sure. Or your companion, if you like. I'm really not that fussy.
It's because we're blonde? Is that what you're trying to do?
That's more like it.
I think you're missing the point, Paimon. Seems like you already agreed then.
Far be it from me to brag, but I believe that Demoiselle's intuition will be instrumental in uncovering the truth. You wish to save a friend from false accusations, and we wish to unravel the disappearances. In this sense, our goals are aligned.
Damn, my eyes are burning. And I've been using my glasses to prevent that. Guess what? You're not supposed to use the orange tint or the yellow tint of the glasses. Because then that would avert your eyes to actually get messed up. How would you know that? I mean, who the hell would listen to the instruction on the internet? Who knows? Nobody trusts the internet. It's like, hey, if the internet says it, it must be true. I don't know. I would just talk to the doctor first and then actually save the doctor. If the doctor say, hey, don't do that. Just see yellow and orange. But I don't wear a lot of glasses, so I'd rather have the sun in my eyes than cover my eyes up.
You have a point. You're quite the talker, aren't you, mister?
Why are you talking to me? You're talking to the dude. Why are you looking at me?
And what about you over there? What do you think? You seem like you've got something on your mind.
Silver.
I have nothing to add.
Oh, alrighty then.
We'll be making some preparations first. Just be sure to let us know if they start revealing Lenny's tricks. Thanks!
Alright. Goodbye. Now we just take pictures. Get him away. No, I can't. Stupid thing. I tried to not say that. Look at the camera. Ah, you can't move around like in Honkai Star Rail. Boo. That's interesting. Why the hell? You know what? If I own the character, I can just take a picture. They'll be coming soon. Oh wait, forgot. She stopped me doing something. Outside? They started adding this stuff because of Pom Pom? Hey, what you can? Tristan.
Sorry, but no one can freely enter or exit the Opera House at the moment. If you wish to leave, you must register your identity with us first.
Damn, she speak English perfectly for What are you?
No, we're not leaving. We're representing Linny and Lynette as attorneys, so we're investigating the case. Were you always guarding this entrance?
What are you?
Yes, after the Chief Justice gave the order, everyone coming in or out must undergo a strict inspection.
That voice sounds familiar. Sounds way damn familiar.
So, the missing girl couldn't have left from here. At least, not from that point on.
I wish I could check your voice actor. What about during the show?
I doubt there was much opportunity then either.
Why does it sound familiar?
How can you be so sure,
Well, because I was in charge of security near the entrance at that time.
If only I could check.
I couldn't see Linny's performance from here, which was quite a shame. Just my luck.
I really wish each chapter had like a credit for each person that talked. That would be interesting, you know? Episodic.
But still, I did not abandon my post. And I stayed put no matter how loud the applause was. If someone had so much as even approached the door, I would have noticed it, let alone if they had tried to leave. We Melusines are good at that sort of thing, you know.
Melusines. The hell's a Melusine?
So, it's safe to say the girl couldn't have left through here. Alright, thank you for your help. This'll be useful info.
How come we don't have Melusine as a character? Just like Fran from Final Fantasy IX, you know? She said rat. I think she said rat. I don't remember. I know Final Fantasy IX is getting a remake. 10 is getting remake. Plus 9 is supposed to get a freaking show. I guess we're gonna get a show. I wonder if it's gonna be a long movie? Is it gonna be a movie or is it gonna be like the whole thing? Or maybe just an intro. Hey me. Why do you look like Tom Hanks?
What are you investigating?
Don't be singing hot chocolate to me.
Oh, this location has also been cordoned off because the Magic Troop members are currently considered prime suspects. The investigation team is still collecting evidence. The seats were all booked in advance, so we were able to deduce the missing woman's identity by checking the guest list.
Could you tell us who she is? We're Lynn. We're Linnae and Linnet, attorneys.
Sure. It's not like this is confidential information. We will publish it later anyway when we petition the public to help us find the missing person.
I'm screwed. I literally need to... This is literally gonna be like... the case of you-know-who. That's going on right now. In the court. Oh wait, never mind. That's the wrong case.
Her name is Halsey. She's a painter from Fontaine who's made a bit of a name for herself. Apparently, she wasn't a regular at the Opera House, but she'd been feeling some pressure with her work lately, which made her decide to come see the magic show. The magic troupe members all claim not to know her. We have looked into her social connections. It seems that she has no personal grievances or conflicts of interest with the suspects. Simply put, she wasn't related to the magic troupe at all, which matches the features of the previous serial disappearances.
Were the victims of previous cases also chosen at random?
Let me fix my back. A second. I feel stuck. Literally in a position that's not really comfortable. It's just hell. Basically, it feels like... Ow?
That's how it seems to us, in any case. Apart from the fact that they were all young women of around the same age range, there really weren't any other connections between them.
Oh.
Okay then.
Thanks for letting us know all this.
No need to be so formal. If you do happen to see the missing girl, please be sure to contact us.
She's there. Where?
It is of utmost importance that we get to the bottom of these disappearances.
Information about the missing lady identity. Halsey. Is the missing person. She was famous painter. Why do I want any water? You know what? No. Last time I drank water, I started I started not speaking properly. Came to watch this magic show in order to take a break from her own creativity, basically. Work. She isn't known to have been entangled in quarrels with any of the members of Linnae magic tropes, whatever.
We've checked everything of note here at the performance venue. Paimon wonders how Linny's discussion with the guards is going. Let's go see, shall we? Ooh, things are getting interesting, huh? We're about to see how magic is made.
Paimon, we're in the middle of an investigation. The hell?
Understood. Then I will be going with you. Just so you're aware, I will be monitoring your actions and making notes as necessary.
Very good. Thanks for being so agreeable. I'd pull a rose out of my hat as a gift for you if I could.
Don't do that. They'll probably consider it as a weapon.
You may spare the pleasantries. I'm just doing my job.
At least he's nice.
You've arrived. Who's this?
He's my girlfriend.
Me? I'm Spina di Rosula's guardian angel. If you've got a problem, I've got the firepower.
My girlfriend.
Sorry, I got a little carried away there. Call me Navia. I'm a partner of theirs, and we'll be helping investigate this whole situation.
Then I'll just lay back and do nothing.
And these are my companions. Would you mind if they join as well?
No, one looks like a freaking agent. It's agent? Damn, I forgot. I haven't been watching Matrix. I used to watch a lot of The Matrix.
Fine by me.
Enter the Matrix. Bullet time. That's the bullet times. And then it got overabused and then got boring.
Oh, new helpers? I would be most grateful.
They never explain how... I think they did explain it, but... Bullet time. How much time they can trigger it, though? Imagine just the whole movie's... one whole thing. Just... bullet time.
Well, let's just say we're tagging along. It's not every day you get to see the secrets behind magic performed on such a large scale.
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
Below stage.
Huh? Below stage?
Yes, a world of secrets is hidden beneath this magic box, prepared specifically for this switcheroo trick.
No, the magic has been spoiled.
But before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here?
Why would I actually go in there first? You're the one who started it, so... you should probably check first.
I'm not trying to be dramatic. Remembering the details of a trick will help you understand the methods used to perform it more easily.
Huh. Weren't there balloons and other decorations here? Where did all that go?
Ah, good eye. That said, you're still far from discovering the answer.
The back of the door isn't the same.
The back? You mean the inside of the door? What's different about it, Paimon?
Very good indeed. I thought you might not be able to catch that, given that you were sitting in the first row.
Well, yeah, the game doesn't have a log. So basically, if you accidentally skip, you can't go back, nor you can't read it. So it's one of the big thing. I actually should remember to actually put it in the report.
The back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board. So, if you put 2 and 2 together, what do you get?
Wait, does that mean there's another box inside this one?
Exactly. Alright, let's go. I'll tell you how it works as we head down.
It's just an elevator.
Oh, so there was a passageway under the magic box!
But it was instantaneous, which is weird. And this passage linked the 2 boxes together. Or they're not together.
I knew you'd figure out most of it as soon as you saw this place. The 2 magic boxes are positioned right above the 2 entrances of the tunnel. See this flatbed trolley?
How the hell is he freaking not innocent? He's literally just saying us, saving us the time to freaking solve this thing as a cake.
The box with the lucky audience member in it would be shuttled over to the other side using the trolley.
This trolley can raise and lower and even rotate, ensuring that the box will face in the right direction.
Alright.
I see. So that's the purpose of the box inside another box.
Alright. Alright. Sorry. Oh my god, the tire. Oh yeah, I wanted to watch Logogo Luther Ranger. I know it's out. I wonder if it's a movie. If it's a movie, oh damn, I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna watch that show and enjoy that show.
Precisely. The inner box would descend after the audience member was put inside and be moved along the trolley, all while the outer box would remain on stage as if nothing had ever changed.
So that's how you did it!
Once the box was lowered, the trolley would store some energy through this device here, with which it would complete the rest of the steps. The audience member would only be able to feel some slight movements in the dark, and by the time she walked out, she would already be back on stage.
Then what about your side of the trick?
Right! You were talking that whole time, and you even came out for a moment near the end!
Ah, yes. A phonograph operated by Lynette was used to achieve that effect. My assistant and I had already scripted our conversation beforehand. When the countdown began, I had already gone to the opposite box via a tunnel using that ladder.
Alright.
And what about Lynette? Where was she?
I was in the mezzanine space in the back of the box.
Oh, interesting!
What the hell?
That's how we were able to coordinate Linny's lines with the assistant. And by the way, I was the one who walked out of the box at the end.
Yeah, that's the part. That's... No wonder they're freaking twins.
I mean, we are twins. All it takes is a change of clothes and no one can tell who's who.
Ah, I freaking hate this!
And that's my favorite part of this trick. Only Lynette and I can perform it.
I don't have you, so I can't perform the, the switch.
So that's how it all worked! Wow, every detail you revealed was more amazing than the last!
I can tell a lot of thought was put into this.
Lynette would briefly walk out of the box and then go back in, jumping into the tunnel and escaping before the box on the trolley could finish ascending.
It's so weird, you can't have like a... what should we call it? What do you call this? Not a mastery, more like a passive for having a family together. Basically, you don't need to be having like a element character. Just have Lynette and Linne together, and you get a buff, a secret buff. But this game doesn't have secret buff, so it doesn't work like that. Just like, let's say 2 females and 2 males gives you certain something, but this game doesn't have it.
And then I walk out of the other box in the audience area, and the trick would be complete. The operative word here being would. But as you saw, Cal was in the box, not our audience member. She, on the other hand, mysteriously vanished.
Damn, I'm talking too much.
We really don't know how that happened.
If not for that interlude, this would have been an astonishing trick. I probably never would have figured out how you pulled it off. And yet, to think that someone was able to use this magic trick to commit a crime. Could we have a look around? I think we can come up with some more leads.
We won't be able to sleep after this because we have to continue the investigation.
This is the scene of the crime, so Linne and Lynette are not permitted to stay here. I'll escort them back up.
Yes, of course. No need to be so strict now. I won't disappear into thin air, you know.
It's so weird that Linne, if I look it up on the stream, his skin is so damn different compared to the others. This game has skin issues.
Thanks, everyone. We're counting on you.
She's too damn white. I'm not lying. She's like, she needs sun. Linne gave a detailed account of how the trick was supposed to work by using a box inside a box. The idea was for the box containing the audience member to transport across via a tunnel underneath, and Linne himself would also use the tunnel to get to the other side. Meanwhile, having changed her outfit, Lynette and her assistant would take charge of on-stage interaction. I think I forgot to go down. On-stage magic box structure. The magic box on stage has an additional layer to its rear, in which Lynette and Linne clothes remains hidden. She would appear at the end of the box of the magic trick and lead people to believe that Linne had been able to instantly move to the box on the other side. The audience side magic box structure. The magic box at the center of the audience stands has 2 layers, and beneath it hits an entrance, the underground tunnel. This was how the lucky audience member was meant to have been transported without the audience noticing. Okay, interesting. Well put, and we still have more to explore. Oh no. The whole room is full of it. This should be controlled with the hypnotism only. It seems to be able to operate automatically. Okay. A ladder required in order to return to the magic box above. This must be a operation thingy. Oh no, this actually is a
What's this?
hook.
Looks like a hook tied to the end of a rope. Huh? There's all kinds of odds and ends here.
Lenny didn't mention this earlier.
Perhaps it was a prop for a different trick. But why would it have been left here?
Whatever it is, let's make a note of it first.
A rope that has fallen to the ground. A metal hook has been tied to one end of this rope. Its use is unclear. Oh yeah, that's why I would actually live stream with the computer. But I don't have that feature here, so. I wish in the console you had like, what's it called? Soundbar? Yeah, features with making funny stuff. Maybe they could actually add an app or pay thingy, separate pay. It has to be something to pay for because it's not free.
The floor is wet. Please be careful not to slip.
Is it really wet? I don't think the floor is wet, dude. And then I started a freaking argument about the floor is not wet.
Speaking of which, why would there be water here?
Because somebody placed the water there. So, technically there's water here. Maybe it was a trick. For a trick.
Paimon knows! It's one of those tricks where you pour water into a jug and then flip the jug over only for the water to disappear? And here's a broken vase. Huh. Did the trolley knock it down while moving?
It's pronounced vase. What is this vase? You're talking about this vase. Literally, this is a whole conversation about causing problems with language.
That can't be. The trolley moves along tracks from start to finish. It couldn't have hit the vase at this distance.
Let's note this down too and think about it later.
Yes, we will notice the vase. Floor, the broken floor, the flore. Vase. There are many pieces of broken floors. Vase. On the one side of the tunnel, all the water within has been spilled. Judging from the distance, it seems unlikely that it was knocked over by the trolley meant to transport the magic box. Ho ho ho. If only I could play Pokemon Unite. If only my sister would have stopped freaking... freaking tres. What's going on here? Okay, the dress is soaked.
Oh, these are the clothes that the lady chosen from the audience was wearing, right?
Really? She wasn't wearing that? I don't think so.
Her clothes are here, but she's nowhere to be found.
She's in the nude. Ooh, no. Lene didn't mention to the guests having a wardrobe change.
Right. And do you really need to do that if you're kidnapping them?
Ahem.
Ugh, this is so confusing. Paimon doesn't want to be a detective anymore.
Well, detective, it's too late for that. The young lady's clothes. The clothes belongs to Halsey. The lady who went missing were found in the tunnel. The reason for this remaining is unknown. Alright, it's unknown. The unknown reasons for this thing to be missing. Oops, I keep pressing X. What game is... Oh yeah, other games. High precision is required to complete this magic show. Her tracks are perfect for making the trolley stay on the designated curse. Designated words. Stop jumping! Just press square. All kinds of problem costumes are what is this word? half hours? Let me ask our internet fellow. Will it give me knowledge of how it's pronounced? Or will I have a hassle? Interesting. In sa fa. I'm blind, sorry. Oops, I have it on mute. Haphazard. Ha. It's like, ha. Haphazard. Ha. Stuff inside. That's a weird word. Never heard of it. I feel like all these freaking words, they're just pulling it out of nowhere. The trolley is crucial for the transport to the magic box at the other side. The culprit must have used this to execute their plan.
What is this place?
Looks like a vent.
It seems someone could fit through here.
Looks like a vent.
Huh. Could this have been the suspect's escape route?
Looks like a vent.
Alone, perhaps. But if they had to pull another person with them, the space would be too narrow.
But there are no other ways in or out of here.
Other than that, those that goes through the magic box. And Linne and Lynette were in the two magic.
Oh, you're right. Let Paimon write that down.
The tunnel vent looks like it could allow one person passage barely, but living along with the missing lady seems unrealistic prospect. This is
Seems we're just about done investigating down here.
I thought we were done.
Let's head back up.
Okay. Still don't have the power of water. Whoops. Okay. Now that we have a lot of the evidence, can we leave? Can I leave, please?
Well, we've ascertained the state of the crime scene. Let's find a place to sort out our findings once Malus returns. Seems to me that there are several things that don't add up here.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle.
So, what did the guards say? Did the criminal escape through the vent?
They believe the odds of that are very low, since the vent leads to the Opera House's basement. The guards have checked the area carefully. No one left through the basement during the performance or after the incident, and no one was found hiding there.
So the tunnels become like a secret chamber then. You know, like the kind you usually see in novels.
It would seem so.
The plot thickens. Halsey's disappearance and Cowell's death are both quite inexplicable. No wonder Farina was so confident in her accusation. All the current evidence points toward Linny and Lynette.
In other words, the charges are very likely to be upheld unless we make some considerable progress.
Charges and then trial. So if the charges are upheld, they'll announce a sentence?
Yeah.
That's right. This is how a trial goes in the Opera House. During the proceedings, the Chief Justice and the Oratrice will hear statements from both sides.
The Oratrice will too.
That's right. This is how indemnitium is produced.
This is weird.
The statements from both sides, the defenses from attorneys, witness testimonies, and even the audience's emotions will all be projected on the Oratrice. To put it simply, it's as if the Oratrice has its own will, and is a judge in its own right.
Screw your Oratrice!
This also precludes any kind of favoritism on the part of the Chief Justice. Not that this has ever happened anyway.
Fascinating.
Once both sides have finished speaking, the Chief Justice will make his final decision. This, too, will be used by the Oratrice as a reference.
I don't appreciate technology. It's not technology, it's just... I don't appreciate the Oratrice. Sounds like the Oracle, and I don't appreciate that.
Then, finally, the Oratrice will be consulted by officials. The result it returns is the will of justice itself.
Give me a second. What the hell's the Oratrice? My controller almost fell off. Oratrice. Don't do the line. Don't show me the lane. It's the thing. The judge. Literally the thing that moves. So it is something that waits.
Huh? So that machine is the one that actually decides? Paimon thought Neverlet called the shots.
I don't think I can.
In practice, there is very little difference. Both have always come to the same judgment. Which is why people have great faith in the Chief Justice.
The other tree sucks.
Ah, yes. The guards also asked me to convey that none of us will be allowed to leave this place before the trial.
It's a machine. I don't trust machines.
Huh? Why?
But what are you guys talking about?
Because we've chosen to act as the twins' proxies. That makes us persons related to the case.
They're concerned that we might be colluding with outside parties. Or that we might find outside help to disrupt the case. And even if that were not so, it could prove problematic if we happen to spread key information about the case ahead of time.
I'm ready to break out at any time.
Whoa, whoa! There's no need for that! Paimon thinks they have a point. That said, are they providing food?
Of course. I just hope you don't mind the lack of options. I'm afraid that catering to all tastes is not in the cards, nor is any guarantee of balanced nutrition.
Now it's not the time to be picky.
In that case, let's just sort out our findings together here. Pity. I was hoping to take you to try some of Fontaine's famous desserts, too.
Don't tempt me. Mi rosa de corazón. Me gustan los bizcochos tuyos.
I mean, what better way to properly think through our findings than over some tea and sweets?
What kind of tea?
Huh. Breaking out suddenly doesn't seem like such a bad idea after all.
Paimon.
Just kidding, just kidding. Paimon will still do her best, even if there are no snacks.
What do you mean, no snacks? Of course we'll have snacks. If we cannot buy some, then we'll simply make some.
Huh? Here? But how?
Understood, Demoiselle. Everyone, please come with me.
Damn, her dress is so damn good.
Wait, you're carrying a portable stove with you?
Hey, don't we have one?
Yes, I must be prepared to meet the Demoiselle's baking needs whenever the fancy strikes her.
I have eggs, sugar, and almonds at the ready.
Good work, you two. Then I'll get to it. Please sit tight for a moment. You'll get to taste my awesome snacks soon enough.
These three are quite the interesting group.
Must be a Spina di Rosule thing.
And Paimon thought it smelled good while it was still in the oven. Oh, it's even better now. Paimon can't stop drooling.
Damn, she makes awesome smackaroons. Sandwiches.
From the way you had these two guys carrying all that stuff around, Paimon thought you'd have them do more during the baking process.
Damn. She's good.
But you ended up doing the entire thing by yourself. Beating the egg whites, grinding almonds, everything.
I was applauding.
And I was giving encouraging smiles.
And I was staring. Appropriately. That's not quite what Paimon meant, but okay.
Paimon was just thinking. Aren't you worried about getting your fancy dress dirty beating egg whites and baking like this?
Well, I don't think it's carved in stone anywhere that fancy ladies can only read books, sip tea, ride horses, and play the piano. I just really enjoy making snacks.
I see. Not bad at all.
Don't underestimate beating egg whites, by the way. It's a real arm workout. You also need to beat them to just the right consistency, or your macarons will crack.
You know, you're just, don't mention you want to beat the hell out of the eggs. Sounds very prayerful.
Anyway, give these a try. Fresh out of the oven. There's 3 for each of us.
Nice, fresh out of the oven. It's amazing taste.
Only 3?
Paimon, don't get too greedy.
Well, eating too many sweet treats might send all that sugar to your head. You wouldn't be able to think clearly about the case on a sugar rush, would you?
Maybe.
Tea is ready to be served as well. This is Demoiselle's favorite. Strong black tea with a floral fragrance that clears the mind and lifts the spirit.
Thank you. Why don't you take a break as well?
No need for concern. I'm merely doing as I should.
Hey man, your back might hurt.
All right then. Down to business. As Paimon mentioned previously, the tunnel seems to be something of a secret chamber. However, we can assume that Linny and Lynette were not alone within it. Some criminal also occupied its sealed confines.
Damn, this is a long conversation.
The magician twins could have committed the crimes, of course, but they lack any logical motive.
Exactly! Why would they do such a thing right when everyone was watching?
So apart from the twins, we're left with two other people, the missing girl and the deceased.
The flower vase and the thud we heard during the performance could indicate some altercation between Halsey and the criminal in the tunnel, resulting in the shattering of the vase, the discarding of her clothes, and her abduction. Perhaps the criminal thought that since she was chosen from the crowd, she would be too easy to identify if she was still wearing the same clothes.
Paimon thinks that makes sense, but the real trouble is...
There's no evidence in this third person even exists.
True. None of the clues we found thus far support the existence of this third person. But the only people left to consider are both technically victims. Whether it's the missing girl, Halsey, or poor Cowell.
Huh. Could Halsey have secretly made modifications to the magic props in order to murder Cowell before making her escape?
But she had no way of knowing how the magic trick worked.
That's right. And even if she had tampered with the setup, she would need to understand the entire trick to pull it off. Nor does she have any motive. The guards said that she has never had any dealings with the magic troop's members.
Were we not thorough enough in our search? From the sound of things, this is turning into an impossible case. Your macarons are amazing though, Navia. They smell great! They're nice and crisp and super sweet!
They are my specialty after all. And I see you've already had 5 of them.
What? 5? Oh, that can't be right. Paimon only counted 3, honest!
Please don't worry about it. At my age, a few less sweets might actually be a good thing.
No. Being greedy is one thing, but Paimon knows how to count. Besides, Paimon knows that if she ate too many, then others wouldn't have enough.
It's fine if you eat them. It's fine if you eat them. You ate them. And it's fine, everyone knows how much you love eating.
Wait, even you don't believe Paimon? How could you?
What is to believe? You're eating.
If Paimon ate those 2 extra macarons, then may they turn into stone in her stomach!
All right, we get it. Well, I suppose one of us might have gotten too engrossed in our chat and eaten them by mistake. No big deal. Malus, set up the stove again if you would.
Huh? What are you doing?
Making sure everyone gets 3 macarons, of course.
There's really no need to do that.
Exactly. We don't want to trouble you.
As you wish, Demoiselle.
And I have the egg, sugar, and almonds.
Well, this really is your hobby, huh?
Navia does a second round of baking. However, the discussion as follows is not the over.
Well, that's it for snack time. I'm going to have another look around the area. I don't know what we're looking for yet, but we've still got some time. As attorneys, I suggest the 2 of you think the case over again. It would be awkward if you got all tongue-tied on stage during the trial.
Alright, thanks for your help, and for the snacks.
It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Malus, it's time to go. I'll be back if I find anything new.
Neither Cloth nor, as I'll say, had a motive, but after having talked to Navia, the likelihood of a third person being involved seems very low too. When will the trial begin?
It's time to put our heads together. We've got to get our defense ready for the trial.
I gotta get the hell out of here before it's too late. This game is gonna force me to finish a trial. Note that leaving this area will interrupt your story experience. This may not affect your current quest progress. This area will interrupt your story experience. Damn it. I can't leave. I can't leave. I'm stuck in this courtroom. This opera courtroom judgment oratrice. Bull. The oratrice. Get me out of here! Let the judge begin. Imagine if the game just made me fall. Aha!
What do we do? The whole situation is so confusing.
I do have some thoughts, but let's take things step by step.
Good plan. Impossible things don't just happen. We'll get to the truth one way or another.
Just relax. Even if everyone else suspects Lenny and Lynette, at least we will be supporting them from the stands. Besides, I doubt Farina understands any more about what happened than we do.
Thanks, Navia. Well, we'll be going then.
Best of luck to you.
Alright, goodbye. What?
Ah, finally, you're back. Well, how did your investigation go?
To be honest, you might be disappointed.
No. We're already very grateful that you were willing to help.
Well now, don't you all look disappointed. Don't tell me that your investigation came up empty-handed. That was to be expected, of course. The guilty can never produce proof of their innocence.
I've been pointing at you.
But don't let that stop you. I shall be terribly disappointed should you, my most anticipated foe, concede so easily.
Just you wait.
Since both parties are present, I declare that the trial regarding the magic show incident is now in session. Firstly, in order for the audience to understand the causes and results of the incident, could we please have Mr. Linney explain the trick?
Yes, of course. I will explain while Lynette demonstrates on stage. All the necessary items have been prepared.
Linney clearly reveals a magic trick and everyone's audience is
Thank you, Mr. Linney. In that case, I take your statement to be that you ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands once the trick began, and thus could not have committed the crime. Is this correct?
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
In that case, I call upon the prosecution. Lady Farina, do you wish to refute his statement in any way?
Why, of course I do. Allow me to take the first shot and break this case wide open. Mr. Linney is clearly lying.
About what?
There is no way you could have been in the box the whole time if you were to abduct Halsey and murder Cowell. In fact, I'd say you were hardly in that tunnel at all.
You don't even know them.
That is simply your hypothesis based on the presumption that I'm guilty.
Oh, is that so? And if I may ask, what did you hear while you were inside your box?
The roaring countdown of the crowd, of course. That's how I kept track of the time and built anticipation for the finale.
And you didn't hear anything else at all? Nothing that might leave an impression of any kind?
No, nothing.
I see. But when the count reached 30 seconds or so, there was a thud. One so loud that I believe practically everyone heard it.
Huh?
Hey, hang on. Something's not right here.
How could Linney not know about that sound?
Yeah, I'm sure he could have heard a noise that loud from inside the box.
I was right by the box, and I definitely heard the thud.
Look at those scales. Could those mean...
They properly represent the oratrice stance in the trial.
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to use the words of the magician himself. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye. Indeed, it seems his alibi can also collapse in the blink of an eye.
The hell's your problem, lady?
Of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my foundations are rock solid. Tell me, aren't you and Lynette actually from the House of the Hearth?
Oh my god, what does that mean?
The House of the Hearth?
They are?
No wonder they did something like this.
So the serial disappearances were the Fatui's doing. Now it all makes sense.
Okay, the Hearth is basically Fatui stuff.
I've got a feeling that what happened on stage probably wasn't just an accident.
Oh no.
That's irrelevant. Our identities have nothing to do with what happened.
Indeed. Then perhaps you could tell us everything that happened during that 1 minute. Your first priority is to prove yourself innocent after all. I'm sure there is little that needs to be kept secret now. Unless your script already has holes in it.
Time?
The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my, don't they look flabbergasted? Now comes the infighting and discord, I suppose. This was almost too easy.
The hell is this, Tanya? The evil, the greatest, something like that? The evil, whatever?
Good thing I made all those preparations. Seems the all-nighter I pulled last night is really paying off.
The hell did you do?
Hey, Linny, why didn't you tell us this before?
Linny and Lynn are Fatui.
Order! Order! Mr. Linny, allow me to re-establish the facts. Lady Farina has raised 2 points.
The hell is this? What? 2 points of what?
First, when the thud was heard in the Opera House, you were neither in the box nor the tunnel. Second, you and Ms. Lynette are both members of the House of the Hearth. Are these claims true?
There's no doubt about a magician's ability to con others. Given how Linny has concealed his identity, this could all have been set up beforehand. Plus, Child is here in the Fontaine along with other house operatives. There must be some scheme at work here. I've been a victim of such scheme before, and now...
Please answer my question, Mr. Linny.
I'm sorry. Yes, they're true, Your Honor.
Oof. We are down.
I knew it!
We are not in the crowd favor.
Well, that's it. We might as well move on to the sentencing already.
Hell no.
What should we do now?
Permission to speak, Your Honor.
Granted.
Who ordered the code red? My client has withheld some key information. My defense cannot proceed.
In that case, what is your request?
I request a brief adjournment. There are things that must be discussed.
Is that really necessary? They're already as good as guilty.
The defendant deceived their own attorneys. What is there left to discuss?
Order! Order, I say! Your request is reasonable, and we shall adjourn. This trial will reconvene in 1 hour.
1 hour? God damn it.
So you would stick to Mr. Linny's defense even after knowing what you do now? You certainly have more professionalism than I thought. In that case, my dear audience, let's allow the joy of victory to steep for a little while longer.
What is this diabolical order Archon? While occurred adjourn, we meet Linny and Lynette backstage in the Opera House.
Well, this is awkward. I didn't think the Hydro Archon would dig all that up.
Yeah, they are. She's sure for freaking honor her freaking water.
I'm sorry, Traveler and Paimon.
Don't do this to the water icon. We need to drink water.
Yeah, sorry.
Paimon doesn't know where to start. We trusted you two.
We trusted you. You made a fool out of ourselves! Now we're protecting Fatuis! What the hell?
We based our entire reasoning on the assumption that you weren't bad guys.
They aren't bad guys, Paimon. They're just people.
Not to set the wrong tone or anything, but Paimon's really mad.
I'm very sorry. I know you're angry, and reasonably so, but please, let me explain.
Wait, why's my character angry? He knows that they're people. It's like, what the heck?
I know you've clashed with the Fatui several times before. I wouldn't be surprised if just hearing the word is enough to make you upset. But our organization is very, very large, and the Harbingers have very different personalities and goals.
Right now, we want to save people. As many as we can.
That's right. I'm sure we're on the same page when it comes to this nation and the disaster that its people might face. I knew if it weren't for our respective identities, we could become good friends. That's why I didn't wish to flat out lie to you, but chose to hide some details instead. The truth is very important, but being completely transparent about everything would see us spending more effort than we need to.
But how can we know this isn't just another lie?
Right. So, you be the judge. Heck, if I were you, I fear that I'd even struggle to trust me at this point. You met a Fatus who works as a magician, a trickster by trade. All by coincidence, too. But still, I'm asking you to trust me. I am no criminal. At least, not in this case.
Sorry. Please forgive us.
Well, you both say that, but...
Explain the other issues first. Where do you actually go while the trick was being performed?
Right. Let's hear your answer first, and no lies now.
Of course. I'll answer any question you ask. We've been trying to find out how the Oratrice operates. We want to know why it has a consciousness. Why can it deliver sentences accurately? During our investigations, we learned that the machine's core is beneath it. From that moment on, Lynette and I have been designing this box swap trick, with the objective of getting close to the core.
Is that why you needed a whole minute?
That's right. In truth, the audience would take about 75 seconds to count down from 60, while I would only need 15 to get to the opposite box. So, after jumping into the tunnel, I accessed the Opera House basement via the vent, and went to investigate the room in which the core is stored.
That air vent was created during the construction of the tunnel specifically to execute this step.
And what did you find?
Well, nothing. As soon as I reached that room and was about to investigate, I heard someone's voice. Which should have been impossible, of course. I was quite certain that I was the only one in the room. That voice seemed to recognize me and tried to speak to me. I chose to err on the side of caution and retreated the way I came. On the way back, I saw the broken vase and the clothes on the ground, but the countdown was almost finished, so there wasn't time to give it any thought.
So that explains the loud noise when it fell. But we don't know who it was because he already saw the thing.
After that, the homicide occurred just as you saw.
Well, that explains why you didn't hear the thud.
But why do you want to understand how the Oratrice operates?
Because of that prophecy I told you about, of course. We must know all we can about this nation's secrets in order to deal with that prophesized crisis.
The Fatui might... What if the Fatui might be the good guys? Or some, not all of them.
That's the only way we can save everyone.
So, there you have it. The whole truth. I swear, I didn't hide anything from you this time. It was never my wish to proceed under this cloud of mistrust either. But like I said earlier, you can be the judge. If you want to leave because you don't trust the Fatui, there's nothing I can do to stop you.
I always thought there was gonna be a Fatui, you know, like the Team Rocket. I thought the Fatui was... There was gonna be like, Child is always with us, but... Who else? You know, who else can... The problem is Child was the first one, but it doesn't mean that we have a lot more. And then the lineups are super slow though. The lineups are really slow. I would actually report that as well. The lineups are slow for the rotations, which is bad, to be honest. Meaning that you're not giving us chances to obtain other characters. I feel like the gacha system is pretty decent. It's decently good, but it's missing key features where it's getting too crowded already. There are too many weapons to get, and there's too many characters to get. The rotations are getting too nasty, and there has to be a way to actually get those characters as soon as possible. Time is ticking, you know? And you can't keep the fans waiting too long to get a specific character. Or else you'll just have too much Primogems in the rotations. I mean, investing on Primogems becomes a hassle for hoarding too much.
Well, Traveler, you decide. Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
I believe in the facts. I will defend you from this charge. I believe the judgment will be dispensed as it should.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for giving us a chance.
Don't mention it.
The current problem is that the scales are tipped pretty badly against you two. If we want to refute the Hydro Archon's accusations, we're gonna need a seriously watertight defense.
Actually, we already have the key evidence we need.
Huh?
The adjournment. Almost over. Let's go back.
Oh, Paimon thinks she gets what you mean.
Linnae claims to be that he headed to the chamber to contain the Or-Tree's core upon entering the tunnel, and did not witness the crime taking place, thus did not hear the thud. Linnae claims to have heard a mysterious voice within the chamber that houses the Or-Tree's core when the operates house underground structure. There are certain things for certain games that I could play now, but unfortunately, the outcome of that game could be a problem. It's too damn sexy, and that could be a problem. The adjournment ends. The nails bidding task.
Both parties have returned to their positions. Let us continue the trial.
The trial has commenced.
When last we left off, Mr. Linney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina may continue stating her reconstruction of the events.
Ugh, that took long enough. Now then, if everyone would lend me their attention. At this stage, let's revisit that scene from Linny's perspective.
Alright. We have the evidence now that we have it. We can defend. Based on the position account of events, you can identify loopholes in the statement. Use evidence and clues obtained during the investigation to refute any erroneous assertions or fact and replace them with new interface. Use your refutations to convince the audience, obtain more support from the people. The aura trees will display such chief clearly. When you find a refute all incorrect content, you can complete the cycle refutation and unveil the truth. Oh god.
As the countdown began, he entered the tunnel.
I wish we had the music of Phoenix Wright or, Danganronpa.
When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box and got into an altercation with Halsey, which caused the loud thud. He did not realize that the sound could be heard by everyone in the opera house, which is why he claimed earlier that he could not hear the sound. Finally, he used the vase to knock her out, before making her change clothes to prevent others from recognizing her. At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, having heard that strange noise, and caught Linny red-handed. So Linny proceeded to knock him out too before stuffing him into that box. Afterward, Linny passed the unconscious Halsey to his accomplice through the magic box in the audience stands, before operating the devices such that Cowell's death would be ruled an accident.
Alright.
And there you have it. That's the truth behind what happened.
Damn, these pieces are amazing. Drawn.
Does the defendant's side have any objections to Lady Farina's description of the events?
I still don't appreciate his outfit. Literally, he's wearing stockings. I mean, his basically underwear or whatever, the stockings outside. He's not covering it, he's just showing it. Like he was a kid, basically. And he is a kid, but still. His right sleeve is amazing, but his left side I do not appreciate. It's just, what? Imagine being injured and the only thing that you have, you got shot, and basically you only have a belt and a sleeve? Seriously? I feel like he got shot and he has to immediately treat his freaking arms.
The key to refuting Lady Farina is the order of events, what Linny experienced, and what he saw.
Alright. We have to be truthful, or else the oratrice will actually just... This is exactly what he needs. Lena claims to head to the...
Seems this won't produce a particularly effective rebuttal.
Oh, we can't do that yet? Okay. No one left the opera during the magic show. Okay, it says enter the tunnel. No one left the opera house during the magic show. After the incident happened, only... Well, it's clear. Linny claims to have heard a mystery voice within the... Yeah, but this doesn't actually have to do with that. Linny, the loud noise. Linny claims to have heard a mystery voice within the chamber. Damn. Where do I put what where? No one left the opera. I really messed that up. Because I thought this was... You're supposed to start with this, not witness. Does that mean this one is this one?
According to Linny, he left via the vent after entering the tunnel. He couldn't have had that altercation with Halsey.
Linny kept that head. Linny claims to have heard mysterious voice in the chamber. Is this one? Okay.
Linny went to the room that contains the Oratrice's core. This is the actual truth.
During the Switch performance, there was an... Yeah, that's that one. No?
Seems this won't produce a...
Linny must have been very confused when... This is
Linny did not take part in the underground altercation. He only witnessed traces of the aftermath.
Oh no!
Attention! Ace Detective Paimon has something to say! When the countdown started, Linny did indeed go into the tunnel. But he immediately used a vent to access the Opera House basement, which is where the underground core of the Oratrice is stored.
I thought I had to counter all of them, but I guess I have to counter the most obvious parts.
Once he reached that area, he heard a voice in what should have been an empty room. Since he felt something was amiss, he returned immediately.
How come Paimon has to say the testimony?
The crime scene had already developed by the time he reached the tunnel again, and in order to complete the magic trick, he did not remain there for any length of happened from his point of view. Therefore, he's innocent.
Yeah. Innocent.
Paimon did it! Paimon actually managed to say all that! Wasn't it awesome?
Good job, detective.
In other words, you believe that he knew nothing of the incident?
That's right!
Moreover, I believe my opposition's reasoning is flawed.
My reasoning?
The on-stage equipment was clearly tampered with in a premeditated fashion. However, you said the cow would bump into Linné by chance.
If that's the case, then if Cowell hadn't entered the tunnel, who was the entire setup meant to kill? Assuming that what you say is true, Linny only needed to kidnap the young girl to cause a new disappearance case. What would the point of killing someone on stage be?
Oh, they have a point.
Have a point.
That's right, you tell him! And that's why they're partners of mine. They've managed to turn things around.
She's my girlfriend.
Oh, well, your denial is very strident. I'll give you that. But what proof do you have to back your claims?
Do you happen to remember how you refuted Linné's alibi intentionally?
Of course I do. If he had been in the magic box the whole time, how could he have not heard that sound? Why do you ask? You're saying that he wasn't?
Your claim has now become my weapon. Your claim has also become my critical clue. Alright, there's 3 informations. I'm only missing one, but I guess that one that's missing is probably the clue. That's the most important clue. So, Hassel is the missing person. She is a famous painter. During the Switch performance, there was an odd one.
Are you sure we don't need to give this more thought? Paimon thinks there's something.
Okay, messed up. My bad. I've just. Oh, the thing is up there. Which evidence is Linné wasn't in the tunnel when the crime took place? Opera House. Switcheroo. During the Switch performance, there was an.
That's right! Linny wasn't in the box or in the tunnel. That's why he didn't hear anything strange during the performance.
I keep messing up because I'm not reading the. But you're not supposed to read. You're supposed to already know what they were supposed to be talking about. So I'm not paying attention.
This means that when the crime happened, Linny had already entered the basement via the vent. The same clue you used to disprove his alibi has now become the best proof! How do you like that?
Damn, they couldn't use the Sherlock Holmes hat on Paimon because Paimon has that freaking floating thing on her head. They should have just been able to swamp that up off her.
Well played. To think you'd use such logic. Well then, if it wasn't Linny who committed the crimes, then who was it?
Your mom. Ah! The murder was. We have evidence. Select the answer and fill the empty gears. Once you have the answer to all the questions correctly, your complete logic change. So we start in the middle. The Guardian's investigative report indicates that the fireworks released near the end of the show in night and burned through the rope suspending the water tank above the stage. This caused the water tank to fall and kill Caldwell in the box below. If Linny is no longer under suspicions, only the other members of the troupe would have been able to tamper with the drops. Linny gave a detailed accounting of how the tricks was supposed to work by using a box inside a box. The idea was a box contained the audience member of the transport across the via tunnel underneath, and Linny himself would also use this tunnel to get to the other side. Having changed her outfit, Lynette and her assistants would take charge of on-stage interaction. The clothes belongs to Halsey. The lady who went missing were found in the tunnel. The reason of this remains unknown. Select any clue to the information. Select any of the clue information.
Could there have been a third person involved? Is that really a possibility? The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment. Halsey is the missing person and an ordinary audience member. Or did she have her own scheme all along?
I would say the dude just literally killed himself. The clothes belongs to... We can't do anything about this. Guardians investigate. Select a clue. Who was the only person who could possibly have committed the crime? Wait. Let me think. Says if Lenny is no longer under suspicion of the members of the troupe. If Lenny gave the details, the drug is supposed to be. Yeah, it would be the dude that died. But then again, the clothes belongs to Halsey. It could have been her. But also, how would it be her if she was selected though? Could it have been a third person though?
Could there have been a third person involved? Is that really a possibility?
I don't think so. Who the heck would it be? I mean, I don't remember they talking about a third person knowing the tricks.
The deceased's name is Cowell.
Huh? That can't be right. Are you serious? The killer was, in fact, Cowell, the deceased!
Oh, is that so? How interesting! Let's hear your reasoning then.
What I must do next is recreate the truth. What Cowell did, and how he went from would-be perpetrator to victim.
If only Nezuko was here. Sorry. Alright, so...
No one entered or left the Opera House through its entrances. So where would the criminal have wanted to take Halsey?
The tunnel. The freaking tunnel, dude.
It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. They would likely have bumped into Linny as well. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal.
This is one.
Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel, so there must have been some fear that she would attract attention. The deceased's name is Cowell.
I don't think it's a vent. But nobody left.
No one entered or left the Opera House through its entrance.
No, something's incorrect. Is there an order that I have to put them? It says, how can we invent? Do I have to put them in this
It would have been tough
order?
for both. Linny was not in the tunnel. Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel.
Wait, do I have to select
Linny
them
was
like
not
this?
in the tunnel. It would have been tough for both people.
No, there's something wrong. So that's actually incorrect. Whoops. Oops. It keeps leading the... Didn't realize. Oh wait, can I change? How can we investigate? Investigate. Delaney has been able to interfere with the crime because he was.
It would have been tough for both people to.
Here?
Lenny was not in the tunnel. No one entered or
Oops.
left. It would have been tough for both people. It would have been tough for both. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey. Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel.
No, what the heck? Am I putting it wrong?
Lenny was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our... Lenny
Wait.
was not in the tunnel at... No one entered or left...
The criminal must have understood the method behind Leonard's magic trick. Must have been in position to easily modify the equipment. Leaving aside how he died, Caldwell had all the means to commit the crime and dispose. The strange noise likely have been the sound of Caldwell. Lenny was not in the tunnel for 1 minute. This would have given time to Caldwell to bring Hansel out of the box and the audience stands. But according to the guard testimony, no one entered or left the opera house, so even if it had taken her, there'd be no means of existing from the box would have been the full view of the audience, pretty much guaranteed that they would have discovered.
What's wrong, Traveler? Are you still having trouble figuring things out?
Where in the world did Hazel go?
I see how it is. So this was all just a bluff. And here I thought you had something to show for it. But it seems you're still far from the truth.
So basically we're missing one evidence, and it's Hazel, basically.
Look, since we're at a dead end, why not consider a different track? Just like the trick as it transpired, the end result must have been utterly different from the magician's initial design.
Sorry, I had to burp because, oh my god.
If only we knew how Halsey disappeared.
Exactly.
Well, that would be nice, but the tunnel only has 3 exits, and none of them seem very likely. And it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just make a real live person disappear. You know, like you did from that water tank, Lynette.
Magic? Escaping from the water tank? Wait, could it have been the water?
Excuse my interruption, dear opponents, but do you not see that the crowd is growing impatient? There is no greater sin in this opera house than an awkward delay in the performance.
Oh yeah, the water in this freaking area. But is there a drain pipe? A drain sewer or something?
If the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Hold on a sec.
Lenny was not in the tunnel at that moment, which the sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal. The deceased's name is Cowell, Lenny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment.
Oh, the top thing is changing. I didn't realize. It's the vase.
The vase was not broken by chance. It was used to cover important evidence.
The whole thing. Damn water.
Paimon gets it! It all comes together if Halsey disappeared instead of being kidnapped. Lynette escaped from the water tank, vanishing gradually and leaving only clothes behind.
What the heck?
If there's a similar method where a person could be transformed into water...
Just a moment, please. I do hope you know how preposterous you sound at the moment. How could a person ever be transformed into water? This is is reality we're talking about here, not some magic trick.
I request that we examine Caldwell's personal effects. We might find something there.
Must we really? I should think that of anyone. Your friend Linny already knows this truth very well. Magic tricks are ultimately just illusions and misdirection. But Halsey's disappearance is very real. We're talking about two completely different things.
Even so, I trust the Traveler's judgment. The truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of reasoning may open if we try to gather all the focal points that don't make sense. Since Cal was the deceased, we haven't placed much attention on him. But given that we aren't making much progress with the case, it wouldn't hurt to have a look at his belongings, would it?
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at the end of their rope. The way I see it, your suggestion that we broaden the scope of our investigation is nothing but a tactic for stalling the trial.
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to be at an impasse, I believe that additional evidence may help us make more progress. Guards, please step into the lounge and examine the personal effects of the deceased Cowell.
After some time, the guards.
We are still examining the items, but we have already made critical progress that we feel must be shared with everyone post-haste. We discovered several test tubes of fluid within Cowell's baggage, each labeled separately. The notebook in his backpack claims that these fluids are water from the primordial sea.
The primordial sea?
The note's contents also indicate that Cowell belonged to an organization that sells illegal drugs and that he had an accomplice. The notebook has many entries concerning safe usage of these fluids, in which the keyword dissolve appears many times. One of these tubes was labeled Opera Epiclese, along with yesterday's date. It is empty. The notes also state that these dissolution properties work exclusively on people from Fontaine. It's likely that Halsey was chosen as some sort of test subject. As such, we believe that the defense's hypothesis is, in fact, supported by sufficient evidence.
You've got to be kidding! People dissolving into water?
What the hell?
Could something so ridiculous actually be true?
Wait a moment. This reminds me of a certain prophecy, but it's just a coincidence, isn't it?
Huh. If people can become water, does that mean that the water tank's real use was as a means to hide water stains? And if Cowell was targeting that girl... Wait just a minute. Could that mean... You two, with me, quick!
Demoiselle, wait! What about your partners?
Let's go. Just trust me.
Order! Order! It is undeniable that further examination of the deceased's personal effects has yielded some surprising results. But we cannot yet verify the veracity of these clues. Still, let us assume that these clues are indeed authentic, albeit with the understanding that Ms. Halsey has yet to be found. Guards, please continue examining the items along these lines. Mr. Linney, it appears your hypothesis is supported by the evidence, so please continue speaking.
Of course. Thank you, Your Honor. If we uphold this hypothesis, I believe that many of this case's seemingly unrelated clues can be connected together.
Right! Like the metal hook! That one didn't make sense at all. Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that water from the primordial sea.
The liquid the gardens found in the Caldwell luggage seems to have the ability to dissolve fountains into water. Who is the prime suspect currently? Of course, this dude.
The deceased's name is Cal.
What item did the culprit use to control timing and dissolving the thing?
The water from the primordial sea.
What item did the culprit use to dissolve? Oh, wait, no, I accidentally...
The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant.
No,
the water from the primordial sea.
What item did the culprit use to control the timing? To dissolve? That's this. Oh, the solution.
Lynette was in the magic box on stage I remember there was something else within the inner layer of that box.
Must be this thing.
Lynette was in the magic box.
Because he actually took his time. And this
The
must be
water
this.
from the primordial.
What item did the culprit use to hide the mech? This
Now
one.
it seems like the hook rope was not meant.
No, now. Which one is it? This one? What item did the culprit use to control the timing?
I remember there was something.
Oh wait, the rope.
The rope that held the water tank.
The timing, exactly. What is this
I
one?
remember there was something else.
What did the culprit use to hide the mechanism? This one? That's not the rope. I had it right.
Now it seems like the hook rope.
Oh, it's the. I almost had it. That was close.
Ahem. It's Ace Detective Paimon's time to shine again! In the original plan, Cowl would tamper with the water tank rope, and the number selector securing his target.
I wonder if people that don't know English play this and struggles with this part.
When the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, the metal hook would retract gradually and pierce the balloon at the top of the box.
I don't even know if there's like Spanish, subtitles.
When the balloon attached to the box popped, the water from the primordial seed inside it would pour down and dissolve Halsey. Afterward, Cowl would enter the tunnel and break the flower vase to conceal the water inside the tunnel, with the remaining evidence being covered up by the water tank on stage. But he encountered something unexpected in the tunnel, and wound up being fatally hit by the same water tank he meant to use to cover his tracks.
Huh. That does make sense.
That actually links together a lot of the more confusing pieces of evidence.
Interesting.
Oh dear, what do I do? Even I think they sound convincing now. Have I falsely accused an innocent person?
Exactly.
What a humiliation.
Now, it seems like the only point of contention remaining is the exact circumstances that led to Cal's death. His notes mentioned he had an accomplice who could be related to the situation.
On that note, the guards have just contacted me indicating that they uncovered new evidence. I shall now invite him on stage to share it with us.
Thank you, Your Honor. We were just inspecting the luggage of the other people involved in this case. And we found an identical sample of the water from the primordial sea among Linny's personal effects.
All right.
What?
So he... What?
That can't be.
The hell?
Oh, I see. Well, how wonderfully comedic to have your own counterattack only to come back and wound you. Does this not clear all doubt? My dear citizens, my loyal audience, allow me to present my reasoning and bring this performance to a swift close.
Oh, now. Begin.
Linny did not need to take part in the dissolution of the young woman at all. Indeed, he did leave the scene via the vent. Having made modifications to the props beforehand, his accomplice Cowl then caused Halsey to vanish using the water from the primordial sea.
Damn, she's fast.
But upon his return, in cruel avarice, Linny desired sole credit and prepared to do away with his partner in crime.
I accidentally smacked the mic. Oops.
Ultimately, he knocked Cowl out, and the tool meant to cover the crime up also became a murder weapon. Now, as much as I regret having come to such a viciously straightforward conclusion, it does seem that the famed Fatui is quite the cold-blooded and ruthless organization.
All right.
And Am I right, Mr. Lenny?
It is time for me to counter.
We've used up all the evidence we collected. There's no way for us to make a rebuttal here.
There has to be.
Is this the end of the road?
No, man, there has to be a freaking counter. Let's be all.
Paimon can't think of anything either. It doesn't look like there's any way around this. Seems using the water as new evidence was too good a move. Why did this have to happen now?
I think we've all seen enough now. And we have ample witnesses to my flawless reasoning. I believe this is indeed the finale.
Oh no.
Now then, my good, noble Chief Justice, should we not, in your view, move... excuse me, everyone, but I must interject.
Miss, I must ask you not to shout, and to respect the ongoing legal proceedings.
Oh, come on. Don't be hasty. I have a good reason for interrupting, you know. Now, would anyone here like to take a little break from all this debate and see a little magic? I'll show you an amazing trick. One that can bring a young woman who has disappeared back in the flesh, right before your very eyes. Please, do the honors, Mr. Lenny, if you would be so kind.
What in the world is she saying?
No offense, miss, but miracles like that are beyond my scope as a magician.
Come on now, don't be silly. Magic is all about misdirection, isn't it? It often conceals the truth while presenting a fascinating illusion. But once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to them once again? And wouldn't such a trick be the most marvelous finale to today's performance? Come on, Lenny and Lynette, give it another go. Don't worry. Spina di Rasula has made the necessary arrangements on your behalf. But, as the magic makers and stars of the show, I think I should leave the final performance to you.
I understand.
And voila.
Sorry for the interruption.
Wait, isn't that Halsey? So the whole thing about people dissolving wasn't true after all?
To be clear, I'm only here because this person told me that if I testified, the merit of doing so would lessen my sentence.
What the hell?
I was hiding outside this room listening to the proceedings because I was afraid that I would be the one put on trial. I was just feeling happy that no one had noticed me. And then, before I knew it, she caught me.
That'll teach you to underestimate us three.
Where should I begin? I'm sorry. I'm the one who killed Cowell. I admit it.
What?
What? Why?
Firstly, my name isn't Halsey. It's Lillian, and I'm originally from Mondstadt. I heard that Lenny's show was gonna be a real thriller, but I missed the chance to buy a ticket, so I stole one. That's how I make a living. I steal stuff here and there. And I'd never been caught before. But I was noticed at the harbor a few days ago, and I barely got away. Lenny was the one who caught me in the act.
Hey, no wonder you look familiar. So you were the thief.
I don't remember. Because I stopped doing the freaking event, so forgot she was a thief.
Liddy even mentioned that you were pretty skilled.
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it, but then the number selector chose me. He even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how shocked I was. I thought he was onto me for sure. So I played along with the show while looking for an opening to flee. But then I got water poured on me for no reason, and then someone jumped into the tunnel to nab me. I wasn't going to take that lying down, so I knocked him out and stuffed him into the box.
Damn.
There was nowhere to run from there, though, so I had to change my clothes and hide in a box containing performance costumes. I slipped out after the first guard arrived at the scene and continued hiding inside the opera house.
Can a person even hide in there?
If there's a practice at hand at concealment, probably a professional thief could make it work.
But I swear I didn't know that the water tank would fall down. Really, I swear it. Had I known that, I wouldn't have put him in the magic box. I may be a thief, but I'm no killer.
Then why do you admit that you killed him, but you didn't? What the hell?
Well, that makes everything pretty clear now, doesn't it?
Yeah, but we still don't know how the fire happened. Yeah, now it's time to refute the Hydro Archon's previous reasoning.
This time, we need to tell the entire story from Lily-Ann's perspective.
Damn, we have a lot of counters. Alright, so... Wait. He arrives. How would... Cogwell planned to use the pistol. Besides, the magic ball vessel has appeared completely unharmed. Farina Conjure no longer holds water. How would you act when the water from... During the switching performance, there was the water within the entrance. It seems unlikely it was knocked over by a trolley. Transfer. No? I thought that was it, but no. Does that mean this thing? You see?
The flower vase was not broken to cover anything up, but it was smashed during the struggle between Lily-Ann and Cowell.
Okay, so that means... Still this thing, what the hell? Wait, it says what? Lenny knock out... I guess this thing? No, she knocked him out. Oh, so this is the noise, no? Fine.
Lily-Ann was afraid that she would be recognized if she left, so she changed clothes and hid.
So the loud noise came from... Nah. And I know it's not this. There's nothing there yet. But the loud noise...
The strange sound wasn't from a fight. It was Lily-Ann's attempt to break out when she was frightened.
Yeah, we only need 3 pieces.
And it's Ace Detective Paimon time! Having been selected out of the blue, Lily-Ann panicked. Her panic only intensified after she entered the tunnel and had water poured on her head. So she kicked the door open, producing the thud we all heard. Hearing the commotion, Cowell leapt into the tunnel, only to discover that Lily-Ann had not dissolved. He did not know that Lily-Ann was not from Fontaine, but was a thief who made her way in by stealing a ticket. Mistakenly believing that the water from the primordial sea needed time to take effect, he tried to force Lily-Ann back into the box. The two broke the flower vase during the struggle, but Lily-Ann came out on top, knocking Cowell out and putting him in the box. With no way of escaping, she changed her clothes and hid in the costume trunk until the performance ended.
Alright, we have to leave.
She knew that she would have to go through guard inspection if she tried to leave afterward. So, she has been trapped in the Opera House these last 2 days!
Damn.
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were chatting over macarons. So, she swiped 2 of them right under our noses. Talk about a sneaky thief.
Huh. And I wasn't probably paying attention.
At this point, all the events that happened in the tunnel have now come to light.
Ah, so that's the whole story.
Bravo! Bravo!
That still doesn't explain why the...
Now then, Lady Farina, do you wish to speak against the defense's statements? Please answer the question, Lady Farina. Also, if I may add, the trial has not yet ended. As such, I request that the prosecution not leave the room before the proceedings have concluded.
Exactly.
What? Are you reading my mind now? No. I have no further arguments. I admit defeat. But really, could you at least have left me with some dignity?
Wow! Look at that! She's like a deflated balloon now!
If there are no objections, then as the Chief Justice of Fontaine, I shall once again repeat the full sequence of events.
Why did it get burned?
The actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Cowell, selected his next victim from the audience reservation list. With some modifications to the selector, he could ensure that the pre-selected young woman would be chosen. To cover up any evidence while committing the deed, Cowell thought of allowing the water tank to fall, which would conceal the water left behind after the young woman was dissolved. He also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the performance to cause the tank to drop and hide the watermarks.
Okay, there, that's the part.
He poured the water from the primordial sea into a balloon during the preparation of the magic box and stuck it to the box's lid. Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door when bringing the young woman to said box. When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope and bursting the balloon containing the water. If all had gone to plan, the young woman would be dissolved at this time. However, Lillian was not from Fontaine, and thus fled the box with a loud noise. Realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel and met Lillian. Thinking that the waters had not yet taken effect, he decided to proceed. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious, and placed into the magic box, and thus became his own final victim. Lillian, according to her own statements, then changed clothes and hid until the performance ended, before hiding in other parts of the opera house. As for Linny, he was in the underground structures within the opera house, and was thus ignorant of these happenings. From this reconstruction of events, we can conclude that Linny, the accused, is in fact innocent. While there is much in Linny and Lillian's conduct that should still be investigated separately, this case, at least, can be handed over to the Oratrice to make the final decision.
What is this? Feels like a pull. We're pulling something? Imagine that. We're pulling characters in this area.
As such, Linny and Lynette are officially declared not guilty.
Well done, detective.
Great work, partners.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Let's not celebrate just yet.
Next, I think we deserve an explanation, Guard Vaughn. How did you find the water from the primordial sea in Linny's baggage?
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake, you know. Or was that not a discovery, but false evidence that you dare to bring before this court?
I suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's notes was not Linny, but you, yes? I'm sure you know what you must do to lessen your sentence.
Speak quickly! Unless you want to earn yourself a one-way ticket to Coupon Town.
I was just following orders. We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Linny, and thus cause suspicion to fall on the Fatui. The higher-ups said this was the best opportunity to do so.
Damn, this place must be... The sentence must be super high for them to actually tell the truth.
And now that your plan has fallen through, and the secrets of the water have been revealed, you have become a liability to said higher-ups, yes? Therefore, you would be wise to tell everything you know, and seek the protection of the guards.
Yes, I'll tell you everything I know. Our boss discovered that the water can cause people to dissolve. It can also be made into a potion, which when extremely diluted, can cause people to experience unforgettable exhilaration.
What the hell?
We've been in this business for a while now, and have made decent more off it. The disappearances were also the boss's idea. I mean, this is the boss we're talking about.
Well, that's messed up, dude. That's People are drinking people without even knowing? That's disgusting. He turned into water.
And now he can no longer talk.
Such ruthlessness. I shouldn't have expected any less of them.
An outrageous act. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
The hell? However, nothing's found on the scene apart of the liquid left behind to solve.
So, we're just going back now?
The problem seems to have been solved from now. We're not needed here anymore.
That's true, but...
Traveler, Paimon! Please wait.
I want to leave.
Lenny...
I know you may not want to speak to me right now. Maybe you don't even want to look at me. But still, let me thank you again for defending me to the end. Even after you learned that I'm a member of the Fatui.
I just didn't wish to see anyone be falsely accused. I just want to be sure that we're square.
I guess. But regardless, I'd like the opportunity to set things straight. I didn't approach you with any ulterior motives or ill intent. I've spoken to you as myself, just plain Linny this entire time.
Our character is against the Fatui, no matter what. Anything related to the Fatui, we just want to beat the heck out of them. But for what? Do we really know their motive? They're just taking stuff from the Archons, but what's gonna happen once they take all of them?
As for why I'm a Fatus, it's because the goals of the House of the Hearth align with those of an orphan like me. That's all. That was how Father, who you might know as the Knave, approached recruiting us back then too.
Father. Father is our Arshela. Judging by the videos, you know. But Snave.
A knave? The one who controls the House of the Hearth? She's your father?
She? How the hell do you know she?
That's right. And since we're here, I was wondering, would you mind hearing a story? It's about my past. Back when our parents first died, Lynette and I were left wandering the streets. To survive, I took to surreptitiously observing an older street performer who did magic. It took me several days to figure out how he pulled off his amazing tricks. I took my sister through several streets until we found a crowded corner, and we began to perform magic tricks there. To my surprise, we proved to be pretty popular, and we could at least stop worrying about where our next meal would come from for a time. But I didn't want my sister to remain a street rat together with me forever.
Damn, that's harsh.
Before long, an aristocrat came to me and claimed that he wished to take us in after watching my performances.
So you went from orphans to nobility just like that?
That was how we felt at first too. As if fate was on our side and we could say goodbye to those painful days.
I'm gonna have to move my body after I end stream, because this has been long enough. This has been 3 hours, to be precise. Give me a second. Somebody's playing Star Late.
But I gradually discovered that while we were called foster children, he was really after my talent for magic tricks. He would constantly take me to all sorts of banquets to garner attention, which he would then use to expand his social circles.
Damn, my back is like, oof.
That doesn't seem too bad either. Better than roaming the streets at any rate.
It took a while for me to realize just how dark his heart really was. After one particular performance at a banquet, I discovered that Lynette was not on the same return vehicle as me. I waited a long time after we returned home, but she did not come back. I went to that noble's bedroom and asked him about her whereabouts. The answer he gave me was, she caught the eye of the most eminent person at the banquet, so I sent her over as a gift. I mean, you'll be able to perform your magic regardless of who your assistant is, yes?
Oh no. So he was gonna... But wouldn't Fontaine's laws deal with such people?
Oh my god!
As far as outsiders are concerned, this is a relationship akin to adoption or foster care. And they have their ways of escaping the eye of the law.
Yeah, this game is just dark. If this game had, like... This game would be... This game would go beyond limits if it wasn't for, you know... This is like the Powerpuff Girls. Even though Powerpuff Girls had, like... stuff. This one just keeps it super friendly. So what happened after that?
I managed to ferret out the location of the mansion of that so-called eminent person and hurried through the night. But by the time I leaped over the walls, avoided the guards, and made my way in, all I saw was the moonlit ground covered in blood, and the knave standing there in the darkness.
They never show any of this, so... What the heck?
So, she'd already taken care of that guy.
That's right. She had rescued my sister before she could come to any harm, and had even discovered several girls hidden in a basement, all of them orphans.
What is going on?
Father, I mean, the knave, might have seen something in me, and so she made me an offer. The House of the Hearth welcomes you, for your interests align with ours. Here, none will ever betray you. Indeed, betrayal shall never be permitted here. I was hesitant to trust her. I mean, I had just been betrayed by nobles, but she was also quick to destroy the noble who had taken us in at first, giving us back our freedom.
The Fatuis... they're not understood. They may be bad, but they still have their own quarries.
Oh, so that's how the two of you joined the House of the Hearth.
I feel like all of them have their own motive, but we don't know the truth. They're all still bad guys, just in one damn house. Regardless if they have good intentions, they still did something bad. So it doesn't change who they are. That's all in the past, though. The knave is after the Dionys, isn't she?
She has her own plans. She has gained permission from the Tsaritsa to first use the Gnosis' power once she obtains it. She plans to use it to find a way to break the prophecy and save Fontaine.
Who is going to be the one to beat us down, though? Who on the Fatui is gonna be like... They see the Traveler and they're gonna strike first.
So, she believes in that prophecy too?
That's right. The whole House of the Hearth is currently working to combat that crisis. Today's case has also proven that people from Fontaine can indeed dissolve into some sort of water, thus further supporting the prophecy. Everyone at Hotel Bouffe d'été, including the knave, has their roots in Fontaine. And we will always defend our homeland.
I don't think this game can keep updating, more content. Not after a competitor arises.
To us orphans, the only connection we have left to this world, apart from our family, is our homeland.
So, from small deeds like distributing magic pockets to huge schemes like stealing a Gnosis, everything is aimed at dealing with that prophecy.
I'm sorry, but I can't completely trust you.
It's alright. I understand. The only thing I can do is relate all this to you. I just hope you can understand that even as a member of the House, I have never stopped making my own decisions, and that I believe what I'm doing is right.
Damn, he looks burned. But her sister's like, hey man, how do you get burned?
If you should need anything at all in the future, feel free to find me. I will do my best to help you, as plain Linny.
I understand. Goodbye. Damn, that took a long time. Okay, all we have to do is leave, and hopefully it doesn't trigger another cutscene. Yeah, it was about to happen.
Hey there! What was with the disappearing act you pulled right as the trial ended?
Were you looking for us, Navi?
Well, this whole thing isn't exactly over, is it? I do feel that we're getting closer to solving the serial disappearances case, though. Don't you think so, too?
Well, I'm sorry, Navia.
Huh? What's wrong, my dear partner?
I was really only trying to defend Linne. I wasn't necessarily looking into the serial disappearance case.
Besides, are you sure we're the ones who can crack a case that's been cold for decades now? And given that there's new evidence from the trial, there should be a trail of breadcrumbs for the Hydro Archon's people to follow now, right?
I think we are in the middle of something big. Every time we arrive in a new place, we are always in the middle of something.
Ah, I see. Well, I won't lie. I'm a little shocked to hear that from you. But I suppose you are just travelers who have only arrived in Fontaine after all.
Exactly.
Sorry. I might have been too presumptuous.
Don't say that, Navia.
Aw, and we were having so much fun investigating with you, too. It was like having new waters flowing into a stagnant mire, causing new hope to spring forth, and the reflection in the murk to become clearer.
Relax, girl. Relax. Jeez. Not in front of the crowd. What crowd? What crowd are you talking about? You don't know nothing. Imagine that.
Well, sorry about that. I'm a bit prone to nostalgia. Don't mind me. Wait, shall we have a farewell meal? You know, to commemorate our time as partners?
Meal is a meal. Who wouldn't say no to a meal?
Huh? Do we really need to get that formal? Well, guess you really did treat us as partners, huh?
Well, I'd just like to have a proper ending to every important memory. That way there are no regrets later. Anyway, it would just be a meal, so it shouldn't take up too much of your time.
Well, if you say so. Let's go have that meal then.
You don't have to twist Paimon's arm. If Boss Navi is treating, count Paimon in!
Oh, wonderful. In that case, why don't we return to the Court of Fontaine and head to the Hotel de Boer? I believe we'll make it just in time for dinner.
I wish I could pull for her, but she's a Geo. Unless they rework Geo, there's no way in heck, it will work for us. The problem is Geo can't be too strong, because then it would beat the purpose of elements. If Geo was so strong, it would just beat the purpose of having fire, thunder, anemo, and something like that. They could make it a bit strong, but not that strong.
Alright then, let's have our farewell meal!
Alright, we don't have to view this anymore. We can just get the heck out and no cutscene. Interactive. Hopefully. Okay, we don't have to go to the right. That's it, right? What's done is done. Okay, it's what's done is done. We're finally out of here. That means I can do whatever I want. Fortunately, we have to end the stream. I do want to play Pokemon Unite, but unfortunately, I do not want to play the game on ranked match alone. It's just too much. It's too much of a hassle, to be honest. The whole game is about seeing people doing errors, and it's like mistakes upon mistakes. But how am I supposed to be the jungler if I don't have communications with the people? And sometimes they just want to steal your jungle. It's like, oh, they want a little of the jungle. If you want a little of the jungle, get the one in the middle. it's supposed to be the free-for-all area. Ideally, the middle is supposed to be guarded. But if everybody knows the rules of the game, people know that the piece, once it reached 8 minutes in the game, you have to go to the middle and steal as much as possible. That's basically it. If people know the rules. Sometimes, if they're not guarding the goals, then you get free experience, meaning it's a lot of experience for early stages of the game. Because if one dude just leaves and the other dude just stays, that dude is left defenseless to the point that once it's dead, it's dead. But sorry for talking to about another game. We must close the curtains for this game until some other day. I'll play it. Maybe tomorrow. Or maybe another platform. To be honest, I enjoy this game so much, but who knows? There are so many. One of the stupid thing I don't like is the banners. They take forever. The rotations is too horrible. Still haven't finished this thing, but still, the rotations are basically horrible because of the how do I say that? Like, they don't have a lot of characters involved. I don't know what they're gonna have to do, but they need to do something already. A standard banner. I'm thinking here because imagine just having 2 characters. One not that guaranteed and one that guaranteed. Basically, you have a chance of obtaining 2 characters that you might enjoy in the same banner, without actually including the ones that are in this banner. If only they could change it. Now there's so many stuff that. It's because they don't have a competition with another company. So, if only they had a competition, they would actually. It's funny just doing this. Alright, it's time to go. We already reached the 3-hour mark. I'm really tired, and we don't want to stay in front of the mic for quite too long. I need to actually see the live stream later. Until next time.